fuck, that's rancid.
You took like a big ass hit of that.
No, I didn't. I pretended to.
Oh.
I was doing like...
Oh.
And then a little bit got in, and I'm like, oh, fuck. No, I wasn't ready for it. That's bad. I'm having Strumptown. Wow, I didn't read this logo before. Strumptown.
Strumptown?
I don't know. Coffee roasters.
Okay.
It was next to normal coffee.
Ah.
And then but it's apparently sparkling coffee. And I don't know why anyone made this mistake, but I'm taking it back every time I drink it by how bad it is. But I already paid for it, and it's caffeine, and I'm not going on another trip.
Well, yeah. So welcome to the first...
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
To the Sit and Discuss podcast.
Yes, the sad cast.
Boom, no.
Oh,
no.
Sit and Discuss
Going
podcast.
all the way fucking back. Let's bring back the OG name. Just thought of it. I mean, how much of a lie is it to say welcome back? As if anyone was here.
I don't know, because...
Do you think we have one person
you have to remember
who's
that,
been here since 2011?
Well, you have to remember that Sit and Discuss...
At what, 8 subscribers?
Is a completely different channel. Mm-hmm. It's not Sad Games, which is like a thing I don't think anybody knows.
Like Sad Games already was like unpopular for years. But there's an even more obscure or older, less popular channel. Yeah, called Sit and Discuss, which is the foundation of our friendship
and YouTube careers.
We created it in 2011.
Yeah,
it's 2018.
It is.
It's current year, Andrew.
It's current year.
Can't stand for this in current year.
Well, we don't stand for it. That's why we sit and discuss in the current year.
Recording this test podcast or whatever you want to call it in January 2nd, 2018. Probably goes up either way. Just we'll see whether or not we want to make more and stuff. It's like all right, we haven't felt out this whole friendship thing to see if we want to keep making content together. I don't know. We might need a few more years of testing in the waters.
I felt pretty confident because someone did, someone on your Twitter did make a mention of like, do you ever think any of these Let's Tries will be played by you or Andrew, or by you and Andrew, or just by yourself? And I was like, hey, someone actually didn't mind if I was there in your video.
Yeah.
That's progress.
I figured we could talk about our history in a convenient location for once, because it kind of comes up in like a vlog every now and then or something, but like this is like a part one of a podcast that's us. It's like a nice way to like try to go down memory lane of this weird fucking trajectory we've had.
History?
Yeah. Because it's weird. We went to the same high school and never met each other a single time in said high school.
Did we not? I thought we...
No. We were in the same room.
Yeah, I was going to say, we literally were in the same room.
We had the same class.
In the same class.
Together and never spoke to each other.
Different
classes, same room, same teacher, same time.
Cisco was weird.
Believe it or not, we went to a school that was one of like the higher ranked ones.
Was it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Our high school in Solano County was like one of.
Oh no, it's top. Yeah, it's a top school.
It's like
in Solano
the top
County,
school. Period.
I just mean like when you go there, you're kind of like, is this like, the best?
It always feels like it's held together by strings.
Yeah.
Like, you want to take a programming class of some kind? I mean, not even programming.
No,
a TCP/IP class.
That was. I'll be honest with you. Going further back, because the middle school is right next door to fucking the high school. So when I was they do the thing, they come over and tell you like, come to this school, it's the best school in Solano. And I was like, well, what do you even have? why would I go here? And they're like, well, you can learn Java. And I was like, I'm there, I'm right there.
They just didn't.
I showed up and they're like, no one signed up for Java class. I was like, but Andrew did.
It's gone now.
Yeah. So I was like, well,
too bad.
Yeah. So I was like, what do I do? It's like, you take information technology. Oh yeah, let me learn.
Infotech's everyone's favorite class. It's the one where you
play Facebook.
You learn to touch type and then you play RuneScape.
Yeah.
That was the beginning and end of my RuneScape addiction. It was just during Infotech class, because it's the only thing boring enough while having access to RuneScape to make me want to play RuneScape on purpose.
So...
Because that game's miserable.
Wait, you're younger than me, right?
Yeah.
So the first year I went there for Infotech, I literally watched the teacher highlight, right-click...
It's really bad.
Copy. And she did that for literally everything. She would just highlight, right-click, copy, or highlight, right-click, cut. And I was like,
she didn't know
no, she didn't know fucking Control-C or Control-X. I was like, excuse me, do you not know how to copy paste? She's like, yeah, you right click, and I was like, no. I don't live in the 1900s. Like, Control-C, please.
She just didn't put that into her CV.
But she's somehow teaching Infotech to kids. That's like
Yeah.
That's like teaching.
Well, it's all you'll have to do is give the kids the cardboard thing they put over their hands so they can't see when they're typing, and then that's like the whole did they get a little faster at typing? No, you won Infotech. It's over now.
I hate that class.
I mean, our HTML part of the class was just like copy pasting code that we saw on a guide,
right?
So, like, basically, just make a basic website where they had like a title and an image and a description, and that was like it. Like, that was all that really we were supposed to do.
Yeah, that was all you're supposed to do. I think me and Ethan, because we
I want
both
to say we had weeks to make it.
You did. You had. I think it was the whole month to make it. Honestly, you had a month to make a website.
There's just nothing to do in that class.
Yeah, because me and Ethan did programming in middle school or did web design. Mm-hmm. So we spent the entire month building a joint collaborated Doom fan site that we built, and it was like way beyond what she wanted. She was just like, build a site that works, and we were like, we put backgrounds and animated GIFs and fucking all this other shit, and she's like, that's a little too much, you didn't have to go that far. I was like, what the fuck, be happy. Like, what is wrong?
What are you gonna do, leave?
Yeah,
you stuck here, you can't go anywhere.
That's what I was like,
might as well go all in, make your own MySpace, launch an entrepreneurship.
That's what I felt. And she's like, oh, that's too much. I was like, wow, this is teaching 101. You put too much effort in, not in my school.
Not in my school. Get out of here.
So anyways, we had the same Cisco class.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I went a layer deeper of shittiness, which is that my mom talked me into taking a college course of Infotech because it would give us credit.
Okay.
But honestly, it was just because she wanted to take Infotech to understand that shit, because she was behind the times, and she just convinced her son to go with her. So the two of us were going together.
Oh, she went with you. I thought she was just convincing you to take it by yourself.
No, the two of us were going to a satellite campus here in town of like a different college. That's just like, it's like a small building that has like a couple of classes in it.
Is that the Solano?
It might have been Solano.
Solano?
Yeah. And so I took Infotech twice. I took it for college credit.
How was it in college, at least? Was it a little bit better?
We had more to do.
That's good.
And we got a lot more done, but I still already knew everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't.
So I was definitely just wasting time and like going up and down forums and stuff like that, just killing time for college credit.
I mean, hey, it's college credit.
We spent a whole year in the same Infotech class.
Never talked.
We were in the same class because you were in Infotech 2 or 3.
3.
Not Infotech. Cisco.
Cisco. Yeah, Cisco.
You were in Cisco 3 and I was in Cisco 1, and it was the same problem that my German class had, which is that the German classes we had, year 1 and 2 would be separate classrooms, but then year 3 and 4 were the same classroom.
Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, I don't remember if Kel was in my class from the get-go or just because he was in 4, but at some point.
Wait,
but he was throughout all this. Kel.
In German?
Yeah, he was in my German classes.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Cisco. I was like, no, never took Cisco class.
I'm just saying, like, that was just a recurring problem with our school, is like they would just run out of resources.
They just didn't have the room
If
somehow?
you had any slightly higher level learning thing that you made it slightly further than most people, they'd be like, well, there's 5 of you left.
Yeah.
So,
that was literally how it went.
You either cancel the class or you merge them together into some other like hybrid class where you have to listen to one teacher teach 2 classes basically at the same time. Which I want to say in our case, I think that he would teach Cisco 1, then like dismiss us to work, and then give another lecture to you guys or something once everyone was gone.
Or half the time he would just be like, "You guys know what you're doing."
Yeah,
and we're like, oh, "Okay,"
because there was just a lane of computer lab.
Yeah,
and we'd be like in the central lecture room and then that place, and then there was a bunch of dumb routers in the rack. And
that room's also the same room that computer repair happens in, because he's the same teacher for that. So like the lab that you work in are all computers built by computer repair, and then the Cisco class is
fairly held together.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It's so
they use every part of the animal at that school.
Oh yeah, that class. And not only that, here's the best part. The end of that room where the computers are, at the end of that room is the entire server for that school.
What could go wrong?
A lot did.
Didn't you do something?
Me and Sean did. Yeah, that did not go well. I made it so Sean typed a netcode so that it would pop up a little pop-up on every computer in the network that said like, hello. And then that freaked everybody out because they thought it was a virus.
Oh no, it's the laughing man. He got us.
Yeah, and so the teacher literally had to go like, it's fine. Since I'm the only person here who understands computers, it's fine. And then I went and made every printer in the entire place.
That sounds more costly.
I didn't print forever. It was just one page, but every printer
Just to see
printed.
if you could.
Yeah. I think the only person who got really upset was my economics teacher, because I actually had that. That was the only teacher I had that actually had a printer in their office.
No.
So I came in and he was like, I heard from the teacher that you made all the printers print. And I was like, it wasn't my fault.
You got caught?
Yeah, I got caught.
How'd you get caught? How'd you fuck that up?
Because Perry's not stupid. He wasn't a stupid guy. He was just,
I mean, I didn't get caught.
Well,
I didn't do anything school-wide or anything. I just got sick of people one day, so I went in there during a lunch period and installed World of Warcraft and started playing it.
I mean, every computer in there
it
had...
played at approximately 2 frames every 5 seconds.
Yeah. Every computer in there had
slideshow.
Counter-Strike, if you noticed that.
It did what?
Every computer in there had Counter-Strike installed.
Did it really?
Yes. We installed...
Did that run?
Yeah.
So Counter-Strike ran.
Yeah.
I guess it has way less to deal with.
It runs
than,
on a potato.
Than WoW.
Yeah.
Because WoW has to do a whole... Even though it's simple graphics, it's so much polygon to do. Even if you turn the draw distance down so it looks like you're playing the Silent Hill.
I mean, the thing about like WoW is that you still need a graphics card to play it. Counter-Strike, you don't. You can just run that on internal
They're kind
graphics.
of just polygons mashing against each other.
Yeah, it looks like poop. But it was hilarious because Perry had no idea. He had no idea Counter-Strike was on any of those computers. So like...
It's just a secret.
Yeah, so there would be times where he would be sitting and kind of napping, and the entire computer repair class would just do a Counter-Strike match. And it was... interesting to say the least, but
he only kind of paid attention sometimes if you made noise.
But somehow he was a jerk to me all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Like he wouldn't let me go.
I guess you just got one of those faces.
I do. I guess I was the only person in Cisco 3. There were 5 of us. 5 of us in Cisco 3. I was the only.
There really was only 5 of you.
I was the only one. The only one in that entire class that was not allowed to go to the Cisco headquarters.
Oh, shit.
He left me there, and I was like, you son of a bitch. There's 5 of us. One of them was a kid that had heart problems, and he wasn't in class 90% of the time. I was like, the kid doesn't even know networking because he wasn't here. How am I not going? He's like, Andrew, you just need to work on your Cisco stuff. I haven't.
You're just one of those people.
I was like, I have an A in the class, Perry. What do you want me to work on?
God. It reminds me of when I got left out of... my parents were going through a divorce, so it's fun.
I got left out of the family. They just left me at the house.
So in my German class, our teacher hypes up this big vacation we do at the end of the entire thing.
Go to Germany.
Yeah, you go to Germany for a week with all your friends, which are the same people you've taken German with for like 3 or 4 years, and it's like, that's a cool thing to go on.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Yeah, didn't get to go on that one because of other reasons. I'm like, oh shit, there's so much for that hype. I got to take that back though when the same thing happened in geology, because it ends with a big that was a month-long course. You'll remember that one when we start going through the history of sad games.
Yeah.
But we took a class together, never talked to each other. I kept seeing you everywhere because you and your friends look like they were like the usual suspects or something. You're always like standing along a wall. Like everyone else in the entire school fucking like sits at tables or like goes each lunch somewhere.
Yeah.
You and your friends had like a 5 or 6 person like line up along a white wall, and you're all wearing black, and you look like you're in like a police lineup or something.
Yes.
And you were always there.
Yes.
For like years.
I was there for 4 years.
So like I was very familiar with you as like a
concept.
fixture. Yeah. As a fixture on the campus. But there's
no interaction.
Like 2,000 people or something? I don't know.
It was less than 1,000.
It's a number of people that freaks me out because I think of it as being a large number of people, and then I look at the people watching videos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? How do I contextualize
like
that?
An entire school watches your videos.
Like even you uploaded the mirror video that has like 30,000 views. And
Close
you're like,
to it, yeah.
How the fuck do you contextualize those numbers?
I don't.
What do they mean?
Yeah. Considering I went to a school that had like what? It was like 20 times less than that many people in the school. Like there's no way.
We have a Hulk penis video that for the longest time had like 300,000 views, I want to say, on Sad Games, and it's just you making the Hulk awkwardly in character creator and people getting mad at you for what color parts of his body are.
I mean, and that video
the thumbnail's just as pixelated penis.
Yeah, and that video has more views than any company I've ever worked for had employees.
Yep. It has more views than any video I've ever made still. I mean, it's my job now.
You need more Hulk
You
penises.
just made that in an afternoon. I don't even think there was even commentary. It's just a random video, and YouTube just decides what makes it sometimes.
Yeah.
But after all that time of not talking to each other, I went to, it's got to be 2010, I guess.
Yeah.
I went to the midnight premiere for Rock Band 3.
It was because it was November. I want to
say
it was October, November that Rock Band 3 came out.
It's very easy to place because it's a 3-way release between Rock Band 3, Fable 3, and Force Unleashed 2.
Yeah.
And you were there for Force Unleashed 2 and Fable 3, and I was there for Rock Band 3 with the Keytar bundle.
Yeah, you did walk out with a Keytar.
Yes, I did.
You did walk out with a Keytar.
That game was not big enough to get its own midnight release, but it shared with two other
October.
games, so
I was right. October 2010.
Yeah. So that's when we actually talked for the first time, because we sat there for like, I think there was 2 separate midnight releases, and I just never remember what the other one was anymore. But we met at 2 separate midnight releases at GameStop and just sat there and talked for hours while waiting for shit to happen.
I think the second one was the next month.
Might have been.
I think it was in December.
And it's weird. It's like we because I kind of viewed both, but like those are like the only midnight releases I've like ever gone to, because I'm like, why would I do this ever again?
Yeah, I went to
like
a lot.
It's such a pointless effort to go through.
I was there for Black Friday.
Oh no!
And it was.
I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm
not sorry. It's your fault.
I wanted to buy a PS4.
And yeah,
it worked out because I already had.
They were still there in the morning. Everywhere.
No, they weren't. It was a per. What was it? They ran out while I was there.
Oh, I got maybe not there, but I got a PS4 and a Switch just by walking in on opening day and just picking one off the shelf.
Yeah.
Granted, the Switch was a little more lucky, because the Switch is clearly known for having shortages, but I got it by walking in on launch day on a GameStop and just picking it up. And they're like, oh yeah, we're out of controllers. And I'm like, all right. And I walked over to Target and got a controller.
So we
watched as like the final Zelda ones sold out and everything. But we met then, but I don't know if I ever told you what led to me wanting to make Sit and Discuss in the first place.
I feel like we probably talked about it.
Yeah,
but...
there's like hints at it, the original conversation, because it was like a Facebook group chat with you, Carissa, Zach, and Max.
Yeah, the
all
gamers.
The people that came together and eventually met up for that first video that we had.
First podcast,
it is still on YouTube.
It is still on YouTube.
Our first ever podcast. So...
A lot of Zerg.
My stupid, visionary, pretentious college bullshit thing that spawned all this interaction, which this is all happening like 6+ months after we met each other, basically, after just being Facebook friends, basically, for a while. Wow. That's weird thinking about Facebook as being how we kept in touch for a while. I don't even log in.
I don't either.
No.
I have a bot that automatically posts stuff so that way I don't have to log in.
Oh, man. But I would go to college campus at Sac State, and like there's just the constant political people.
Yes.
Like just in the open, in the
they have their
area.
little booths and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they just they're just a permanent fixture on campus. Is all these political people trying to like sway the kids one way or another. There's people trying to convert you to religions. There's people parading like abortion photos around to try to convince you that abortions are bad and stuff like that.
Don't have shared bathrooms.
Like,
people will rape you. Like there's
everything. So many political things all the time, and I'm just like, I just want to go to econ.
Yeah.
You're like picketing for some reason, and I'm like, can you fuck off?
At a college campus, where the only people you're picketing are people who are like not in charge of those rules. Like those people aren't gonna. You can convince them to vote, but they can't.
It was such a weird experience because like when you go to college, the moment you go to college, your parents, if they're conservative, will like default to blaming any opinions you have on being like brainwashed by like the liberal teachers and everything. But like, it's like, what the fuck? Like completely unapplicable to like my experience of being in college, because you just go to a class and you just go,
your teachers are the least.
We're going to talk about Socrates today.
Yep.
We're going to talk about algebra 17 and shit like that. Like it's just, you just do the subject. Like
I feel like most college professors are usually busy trying to just make a living. They don't really care about your political affiliation. They're just like
literally no attempts at weird brainwashing or discussing political issues or telling you how you should feel about immigration or whatever.
It's also ironic given that the people, like most of those family members, your parents, most of your parents, people watching that are conservative, didn't go to college. They have no fucking idea what happens in college. They told you you had to go, but they didn't go themselves.
They were conditioned by someone to think that if kids go to college, that they just tell them to be liberals now or something.
Yeah, but they've also never been, so they have no idea what even the structure of college is. They've watched a movie.
Conservatives are everywhere in college, including the science courses that contradict their religious beliefs, which is fun to deal with.
Yeah,
like I had to deal with people that think the world's, was it 5,000 years old or something like that in like geology, and I'm like, that's not gonna fly.
I thought that was hilarious.
Does the person go into the paleontology class, which they did take?
Yeah, they have to.
Did they write like the devil did it on every single line? Like, is that their answer? Do they like what? How do they get? Do they just like?
I think they write the correct answer, but they don't genuinely believe it.
Like, I wonder if they treat paleontology like it's a class on Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
like they just like, this is a fantasy world and I'm just playing along.
I think they legitimately,
such a weird experience.
I think it's kind of like
but it's real. They're really doing it.
Yeah, but it's
I met those people.
It's weirder because like we have bones, so it's like it's not like
Wait, you gotta trace this thought process.
No, it's because like a paleontology course. Like it's weird to be like, oh, it's all just a fantasy, but like with Lord of the Rings, we don't actually have like elves. We can't just like point and go like, see, it's real. They're elves living in the forest. Like we have dinosaur bones. It's not like we didn't just make that shit up out of our ass. We were like, hey, there's a skull the size of a TV. What are we gonna do with it? It's like probably the devil. Like what?
What a weird sentence. It's weird because we have bones.
Yeah,
I'm just not ready for that.
That's a good meme. There you go. I'm just saying, like, of all the things to not believe, like evolution, whatever, you can kind of throw away. So like those bones are just deformed people. You can't throw away a T-Rex skull and be like, oh, that's a deformed human. What the fuck?
I'm just imagining some nightmarish cross section between like the devil hiding bones underground versus like, what is it, like that dog, how does the dog wear pants meme? Like if the devil hid bones underground to fool humanity, would he do it like this or like this? It's the cognitive dissonance of trying to deal with people that refuse to believe the core thing that is the basis of an entire class they're taking is a fascinating thing.
Yeah.
Both because like they're just going la 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 to all information that's coming into them, but also they went there on purpose.
Yeah, they paid for that.
Like they paid for
this.
I'm like, is this the field you want to go into? How did you end up in like?
They just they're really passionate about water reserves, but they don't give a shit about dinosaurs. Like that's their life goal.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I studied stuff that I knew was fake too, but that was the premise. Because when you start college, you get to take the fun classes. Because you're going to take like the intro class for your major, and then just whatever the fuck you feel like, basically.
Okay.
Like, because that's when your possibilities are wide open, and you have all these GE course categories to fill in. So you just want to fill in whatever the fuck. And it doesn't matter what you take because practically everything counts for something. So that's when you take weird shit like the usual joke was underwater basket weaving or something. But like what I took was magic, witchcraft, and religion, and that is a fun fucking class.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, I learned about the origins of zombies because zombies came from voodoo.
Yeah,
and like you just go through like all these different like mythologies and histories and stuff, and we did our own little fake witch trial and had fun with that.
I'm really glad that they charged you for that, for what amounts to basically
college is a fucking weird thing to excuse while you're there.
That sounds like something I would experience if I went to Salem and I went to a museum for the witch trials. Like they would probably put on a fake performance for the witch trials and I would get to take part in it.
Witch trial LARPing?
But like witch trial LARPing?
That's horrible.
Is that like something kids in Salem do to bully each other? Like, haha, you have to be the witch today. It's like, I hate being the witch. You guys always throw rocks at me.
I never thought about this, but all the horrible parts of American history have like a LARP thing that happens somewhere.
The Civil War.
There's the Civil War LARP. There's like there's like slavery museums where like they have like the black actors that are playing the various roles, and they recreate these settings just to show you how horrible some of the stuff was that they would do to people back then.
Oh,
and I'm like, there probably is Salem LARPing. Oh man,
I wonder if there's like a Trail of Tears, but they actually have to walk it again because America really hates them.
Oh no, that one gets a plaque.
It gets a plaque.
Just leave that one with a plaque. Let's not.
Don't go too far back. That's too too bad.
Let's just enjoy the dark history of our country. But anyway,
and that's how sad games start.
But all the primary exposures to political stuff was actually all the people that were trying to like save me from liberalism or something.
Yeah,
like abortions are bad, and I'm like, I'm not even really thinking about that shit yet. Like, this is not part of my life. I am not even thinking about like any part of the abortion equation. But thanks for showing me photos on my way between like paleontology to like. Probably political philosophy or something like this other shit going on.
It's also
which is not because we're talking about like the whole like leaning one way or another in college. That's not like be liberal, the class. Political philosophy is like reading about like
the class.
No, political philosophy is when you're reading stuff like Machiavelli and stuff like that. You're reading a bunch of old people that wrote about what they thought government should be 4,000 years ago or 200 years ago or whatever.
It's just like a history course.
Yeah, it's a history course about political philosophers, literally.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a brainwashing camp at all.
Yep.
It's very bitter, smart old men.
I was handed 3 Bibles while I was in college.
Like actual Bibles?
Yes. Not small ones.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't know, airport Bibles. I don't know. They were tiny. I don't know Bibles, so I don't know how to check. I mean, like,
were they thick?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, then yeah, it was a Bible.
It was like the size of those yellow notebooks you use in science class, like the closed ones. You would probably never count those actually the Compton books, but
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like I don't know what edition it is. I've encountered the edition nightmare before, which by the way, my fucking Twitter people like trolled me actually successfully. For once, because I ordered Don Quixote, which is a giant book, but the one I got was like 100 pages long, and I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I'm like, why do they sell a fake one? Like, I don't understand why Amazon did this. People trolled me on that idea because I ordered Princess Bride, and they're like, oh, I hope you got the right edition, but it's like an inside joke from the book, but I didn't know that, so I was like panicked trying to figure out whether or not I had already purchased the wrong edition. And what sucks is if you look it up online, all the people talking about it online themselves are also in on the joke, so you have to go so many layers to figure out that it's actually a joke.
You have to like go to some kind of like
son of a bitch.
You have to go to like a specialized forum for the book itself to find people like, guys, it doesn't matter which version you buy, it's okay. Like,
yeah, so I don't know what versions of Bibles I was handed, but I just kind of
I meant like was it a full or a compact?
It was a book.
Okay, then it was probably
like
a full.
It was
Bible.
like a book.
I mean, I'll tell you what version. It was a King James version. You didn't get nobody else's version. Like
the lengths they go through. It's like, but so I was intrigued by all these people, those types of people.
Yeah.
And so one of my ideas was that I wanted to try to interview them.
Oh, okay.
That's where this all started. Because I wanted to interview these crazy people.
Man.
And I didn't want to like argue with them.
Okay.
I wanted to just actually try to get them to articulate what they're going for and where they're going and like how they got here and stuff like that. And like that was going to be
where are you going?
That was like my big YouTube channel idea.
Okay.
Being this like,
which is, by the way, a very popular thing right now. Skeptic channels are very big.
Oh god, not very Skeptic. I was thinking more like Vice, not Skeptic.
It's technically a Skeptic
channel.
channel,
Those guys are insufferable. Though. Oh god. No, I was thinking no.
Well, Keith, they're skeptical of what good morality and human.
It's funny how all these skeptics all align upon the same exact ideas of each other, almost as if they don't actually apply critical thinking at all.
I mean,
God, I hate every channel. But it's like themselves a skeptic.
The same
so full of shit.
It's like the same can be said for everyone, which sucks. Because like, what kind of channel are you? This kind. So you all group together and follow the same mentality. Mm-hmm. But isn't that the problem you don't want? I don't.
But I just thought it'd be interesting to talk to all these weird people that I'm like, I don't get them, and I'm trying to get them.
And they want them to explain it in a way that isn't confrontational.
The problem being that I am incredibly antisocial and afraid of people in general. So like the idea of ever interviewing these people was like, I don't know how I ever thought I was going to do that. But the first manifestation of this idea was that I wanted to get this group of people together that we were all getting together on Facebook, and we were going to discuss stuff and debate things, and that was supposed to be the idea. Yeah, basically. Instead, what happened is that all these people got together. And did what friends usually do when they all group together, which is they just have fun.
Yeah.
So that whole first video is just us fucking around, and like I made stupid like images out of it, like the Zerg thing, and like a bunch of other like jokes that happen over the course of that. Was it Zach never came back, but
No.
over time Carissa would show up later in Unfairnament and like Mario Party, and Max would
was in
show
Diablo?
up in Yogg, Diablo, and the Viking Squad.
Yes, he was in Viking Squad as well.
Which is recent. That was relatively recent. So like some of those people showed up over time. But like this is how shit just drifts and gets bastardized when you think about creating content on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like it starts off as this interviewing these different people all over campus to figure out how they work, then morphs into basically a podcast, and then it morphs to Let's Plays.
Yeah,
I mean, to a different kind of Let's Plays.
Well, if I remember
and
correctly,
then it becomes my job.
Didn't we because we wanted to keep Sit and Discuss. We wanted to keep that as just a channel that does that. It's just a channel.
It's going to be a podcast / vlog / discussion channel
/
people talking to a camera or not having a camera but talking like it's.
I think we did a lot of didn't we do a lot of reply or not reply videos, but remember we
some weird stuff happened.
Yeah, we did the Food Inc. review that we did was for a different channel that would put them on that channel. We got put on someone's
channel. Was that
channel.
Philip DeFranco's movie of the week?
Yes,
Club?
it was.
Yeah,
and we got put on there.
Food Inc. and we watched Food Inc. and recorded like a 45-minute podcast of it. And we called it like Food Inc. Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3 or something like that. So like people were looking it up, thinking they were finding the Food Inc. video. So everyone's just mad when they look at it. It's just you, me, and Carissa sitting on chairs talking for way longer than we thought we would, and Carissa's just sitting there staring into space because she's like
camera shy.
She can't keep up at all with the conversation.
Yeah,
it's like for the longest time we were just a talking podcast, and yet despite having this thing called Sit and Discuss, we ended up being in a podcast that wasn't called Sit and Discuss, which is that we made because you knew somebody that had the site called
God,
Tech
you want to go that far back?
No, we're talking about tech. We're talking about fucking everything. This is the podcast, apparently. Yeah,
that is a long time ago. Well, I gotta get water. I mean,
just the fact that you tried to unwrap it while it's attached instead of just popping it up.
Oh, what do you want me to do? Grab it? But Jesus,
it has failed you. It's been falling off of things. You're just tempting fate right now. You had a video taken down yesterday for sexual content. And you're like, nope, dildos never leave in the frame.
Oh no, it's on. Challenge accepted.
Oh fuck! So you knew some dude that had a site called Tech Goblin.
Matt Jurek.
Yeah, it was trying to be a tech reporting site.
It was a tech news review and guide website.
It was like firmly in hobbyist territory where everyone was barely paying attention to it, but Matt, I think, was using it as a resume booster or something because he could reference it.
Yeah, it was a good resume booster. It also did have monetary gain for him, somewhat. So he did profit off of it a little bit. So that way, I think he ended up using some of it to pay for himself to go to college, or not. No, he did it after college. He used it to pay for some of his move to Seattle.
Good. I had a handful of articles on that site that went really well, actually.
Yeah,
I don't remember what most of them were.
That spawned off your own thing, or no? It was because of your own thing you had, which is SebSpot.
Yeah, I had a website, a blog spot called SebSpot.
Yeah,
that was just where I'd rant about shit every now and then.
It was mostly game reviews.
Yeah, but not even game reviews. It was actually, they were proto Let's Plays.
Oh yeah, it's true.
I would be playing a game, and this is all still on, I think.
It's still up there.
I'd be playing a game, and I would just be live commenting on the game sometimes. I would just have rant thoughts while I was playing through a game. And then when I was done with the game, I would just post that as a finished video. It's like the same way that some people do like those play-by-play comments on when they're watching a YouTube video.
Yeah.
I was doing that for an entire video game.
It's kind of like Donkey.
Kind of
because there's certain points of the game at which you stop and say something, which is kind of I'm reacting to a certain part of the video. What I was
doing was likely functionally similar to what Donkey or Peanut Butter Gamer do, where they're doing those weird they play through a game and there's weird kind of live commentary that was probably a lot of it's probably recorded in post and added afterwards, but there were maybe the live thoughts they had at the time. They probably are just recording and do timestamp comments here and there in notes.
I think there's
I was basically doing that, but in a weird, private, tiny place that no one was looking at.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the articles I wrote anymore, but there was I know the Fox News one. That was a big one.
on Tech Goblin?
Yeah.
You wrote...
There was one on Tech Goblin I wrote because it was It was a Fox News article because I was using Fox News as an example of how they handle reporting of video games.
Yeah.
Because the idea is that the audience is targeted at people that are more informed about this kind of stuff. And so I'm like, here's the thing you know about, and here's how they report on that stuff. Now I use that as the filter of how they report on everything else you don't know about. Like just this really useful tool of like, look at how well they report on something you actually know about, and you can call them out on the 5,000 lies that every single thing that they say is.
Yeah.
And then you think about like that's their standard for reporting all the shit that you don't already know about. So that's how much you can trust this as a news source. And this is like a really good, like it's a great thing to use as a standard for any news source. Is like find them reporting on the thing you know about, and then now you know how much you can trust them across the board, basically.
Of course, yeah.
Because like they're talking about like Sim Community, I think it was called, being like socialist propaganda.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, it was like it was a super.
And then of course,
what is it called?
Then of course, Mass Effect Sex Box.
Yes,
which is like it's a pornographic game that teaches where the kids they're learning to objectify women and they can customize these 3D avatars so they can fuck them. And it's like, thanks, experts on the subject. Who's on this? Okay, it's Fox News report lady. I don't know who she is. Then some woman who wrote a book that is, and neither of them have played the game.
Yep.
But they feel confident to talk about it. And then Jeff Keighley's there, who knows everything about the game, and they just talk over him and cut him off and like discredit him constantly. And it's like, wow, this is news. This is fucked up.
And this was like for reference, this is like years ago.
That happened 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago.
And that kind of shit still happens.
Yep.
Like we don't evolve.
I do this all the time with news sources where I just look at how they report on anything I understand, and then I'm like, oh fuck, no, this place sucks.
Yeah.
Like they don't know what they're talking about at all.
That's usually what I do, because there's a lot of them have like a technology section.
Yeah.
I just go there and it's like, I'll read that article and I'll read it and it's like, okay, yeah, that's pretty as close as you can get in layman's terms. I'll give you that.
I remember I got like super turned off of Tech Goblin because I was reading a lot of Destructoid at the time.
Yeah.
And I got a kick out of like their way of writing articles and like Jim Sterling's way of writing articles, where they're just kind of having fun at it and taking a piss out of the whole thing. And like they're just dumb articles, but they often convey a specific form of information. But there's like a certain style of like, no, we're just having fun because this is like a blog and not like this.
It's
like,
not
this,
a job.
It's a video game blog, not fucking like CNN or something. We don't have to take it seriously.
Yeah.
But I did one thing about like somebody. I framed somebody because it was I think it was an EA article or some kind of Star Wars article, related article, and I framed this person as being part of the Sith Council and stuff like that. And Solomon took that shit down fast.
All right,
he
Solomon
took it down and he re-edited the entire thing from scratch and made it a completely like sanitized, boring ass article, and then reposted it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm done with the site.
Yeah, because I remember he changed
they hated
it.
our souls.
Well, he changed because it was like they had contacts. Solomon was like the representative for contacting companies for like products and stuff like that for reviews.
And they like didn't want to offend people.
Yeah, and they didn't want like EA to get upset.
Meanwhile, they're like totally hands off about letting us be on this place and like giving us no guidelines or rules and just like, yeah, fucking write shit. We'll just retroactively tell you not to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I did that. Yeah, I did Tech Goblin for like
that place sucked.
A year or so.
Yeah, that place was awful.
It was interesting. I'll say that. But yeah,
it's amusing to post a thing and then see numbers spike of like, ooh,
but then
2,000 people saw something.
Yeah,
look at these crazy numbers.
Yeah, crazy. But the from there we did do the Dual Sticks podcast.
Yes, which is where I was leading to.
Yeah. Which was a nightmare.
So those people we'd never met before.
Never.
And there's like, yeah, do this. They must have. I think they lost their like other cast members or something. They were like 12 plus episodes into a podcast.
Yeah.
And it's like some people were missing and they wanted us to sub in or something. And I'm like, sure, whatever. I listen to podcasts. I like podcasts. Fuck it, let's do this. And so I get on the podcast and I am baffled by these people. Like they're running a video game podcast and they're like a dozen episodes in and they don't know anything about video games generally.
Yeah, but didn't one guy like not know what about Steam?
Yes.
At all?
So that clip is still on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because I had to highlight it into like a 1 minute thing, which come to think of it, I don't think we ever talked to them again. So maybe they saw that because they weren't psyched about that. But I just thought it was a funny highlight because I was like, you can't. He's like, what's Steam? It's like, I play console games. And it's like he's so like up his own ass and proud about his like own self-imposed ignorance and shit. And I'm like, fucking, you can't run a video game podcast and not know what Steam is. It doesn't work that way.
Like I can understand, like, I don't like Origin because I don't like EA, but I know what Origin is. Like, I'm not gonna be like, I only use Steam, the toppest of qualities. And it's like, what the, but there's Uplay and Origin. Do you not know they exist? How? They're like literally the place. Like, oh, you want an Assassin's Creed game? It's for Uplay. Like, you know, it's weird considering because we did this podcast again. This podcast was like, what? It was 2010? 2011? Or no, it was 2000. I think it was 2011 we did that podcast.
It would have been to that. Yeah, all of our YouTube stuff would have been in 2011.
So in 2011, think about that. In 2011, someone literally said they didn't know what Steam was.
Yeah.
Which is absurd.
At that point, it's been out for 7 years.
Portal already came out.
Yeah, Portal came out 4 years ago.
And you don't know what Steam is.
Portal 2 came out that year.
That's right. Portal 2 did come out.
Because we have such disparate opinions of video games. That year we tried to do a we tried to do like a hybrid game of the year list where we came up with game of the year candidates and then we like voted on them, like we ranked them and compared our rankings with each other, and Portal 2 was our cooperative winner of game of the year that year. And yeah, like fucking what? Steam was created to basically for the launch of Half-Life 2 in like 2004, right? Like at that point it was 7 years old.
I've had my Steam account for like I think it's like 13 years.
Dude's like 12 episodes into a video game podcast on a like tech website and he doesn't know what Steam is. I'm like, how the fuck do you person? Oh, I remember one of my first this is cool. This is good. This is a good thing to talk about this year. I remember one of my articles back in the day was a trailer analysis back in like 2011 or 12. It was a trailer analysis for the opening trailer for Fortnite.
What? Was it really?
Yeah. I was doing a breakdown of what this crazy survival game is going to be with day-night cycles where you go out and scavenge during the day and then defend your base at night with your co-op friends. Like how it seems like the coolest idea ever because this was before survival games were even a thing.
Yeah.
Like the only point of reference you had was Minecraft. Like because survival genre had not taken off. Fortnite looked like the most ambitious, crazy, cool idea ever and is not. They didn't do any of the shit, basically.
Yeah.
They utterly failed to capitalize on the original promise of that game, and then eventually we're like, fuck it. PUBG came out this year and it's way more popular than us. Let's just be that? Those poor developers, like anyone who had a vision, they probably left before it even came out, honestly. But if anyone still had a vision for that game, the idea that the whole thing would just change courses to just be PUBG is so depressing. After like 7 years.
Yeah, I never even got to the credit sequence, but man, the like babies born during production list must be huge.
Oh my god!
Like I think those kids are like almost in middle school now.
Oh no. So before long those people stopped showing up and we just did the Dual Sticks podcast.
Yeah, it was just us.
Just us without them. It was you, me, and sometimes it would be Anna and sometimes it would be Ben and a few other random people.
Oh yeah.
But then one of these days you encountered Amnesia. The Dark Descent. And you played it in your garage with CeeLo and you're all creeped out and shit.
Yeah.
And like you're like this. Like I think you even said, I think you gave it a Steam review that said, play Amnesia, get Insomnia.
Yes,
was your review of the game, and like we were like, what if we like recorded us? Like this sounds funny. What if we just recorded the video of playing video games? I'm like, that seems like an idea that would work. And like I didn't know
Let's Plays existed.
Yeah, I didn't know Let's Plays were a thing.
Yeah,
I'd never heard of a Let's Play. Obviously there's a natural conclusion of like recording a video game. Like I'd made previous video game recordings in the past of like, look, we're downing a raid boss in Burning Crusade and stuff like that.
But to like have voiceover while you're playing it is like a...
So I didn't know I was doing a thing that was obviously a thing that was already happening.
Well,
although it wasn't really big
it wasn't
yet.
Popular.
Like almost none of the big channels existed yet.
No, I think PewDiePie still didn't exist.
I think PewDiePie existed, but he was not tiny.
Like, it was tiny.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like the conglomerate, because he didn't come out until Amnesia.
Yeah.
Because remember, Amnesia was what boosted his channel so far.
You can watch his OG Amnesia video where he's like, I don't want to be one of those people that like overreacts and fakes things to get views and stuff like that. Like it's a total 180.
Yeah.
Because I remember in the Let's Play subreddit, people are talking about like, we got him. He's a hypocrite. It's like, or he just changed over time because he was like, oh, this is what people want. Fine.
Yeah.
Which is just fine. If you want to do that because people want it, it's fine.
Whatever.
It's
yeah.
fine. You do what you want. But yeah, like then we started recording shit, but we started in a weird place because the first, so I think the first thing we did, was it even Dark Souls or was it Xbox Live Indie Games?
Xbox Live Indie Games.
Like we started with Protect Me Night.
Yes.
Protect Me Night was is like
The first...
no, sorry. I think Protect Me Night was the first video that came out, but the first thing we recorded was Akana the Kunoichi.
Yes.
That always stands out to me, which is just a generic-ass side-scrolling indie game where you play as a little ninja girl that Mario's, more or less.
Yeah. There wasn't anything, like, outstanding.
Those videos are a disaster.
There are.
Because, like, there's jokes in there that work every now and then, but the... like, I was totally disconnected from the process. I was just letting you do everything, and I wasn't even paying any attention to any of it.
That was a bad idea.
I was just assuming things worked out because you just already had hardware.
I had a lot of the stuff. Yeah.
Like, you had some kind of way to feed videos through, and you had some kind of microphone, and you had something. I just was like, he's probably got it. So we now know retroactively that we were doing everything wrong.
Yeah.
Like, we were recording wrong. Our microphone was awful.
We were using a stage mic rather than a studio mic,
and like it was a one microphone too.
Yeah,
like,
it was dynamic. It was a dynamic mic that was basically wide range. So you have to it's the one you do at karaoke. That's basically the kind of mic we were using, and we only had one of them for two people. And like, no, I don't think we even had a pop filter for like the longest time. So it was just like very
whatever sounds happen. And what is it? We were recording our commentary in post. We were like, one of us would record the games, and then we'd go back and we'd watch the gameplay and talk over that retroactively. Yes. So it wasn't live commentary, which is a thing you can do.
You can.
We decided not to ultimately.
That's Chip and Cheeseman's channel.
Yeah, or like Retsu Play and stuff like that.
Yeah, Retsu Play is like that.
Kind of like a format of that, or
yeah.
I mean that's.
Well, because they're doing it with people that aren't local, so they they go online and then watch the video at the same time. Or it's like
Mystery Science Theater, like that's like that, because like that's the thing I'll point to as being like the origin of the idea of Let's Plays. Essentially, is like it's Mystery Science Theater. It's the idea of doing commentary over a thing that's independent of the commentary itself, and it's like a weird like experiencing a media and talking over it. That weird dynamic.
Yeah,
it's the only way I can explain it to humans that don't know what Let's Plays are already. The problem is that there's a decent chance they also don't know what Mystery Science Theater 3000 is, but there's a better chance.
It's like a commentary track, basically.
Yeah, my next go-to is John Madden. I'm like, fucking cast a wider, less accurate net every time.
John Madden.
John Madden.
The first Let's Player.
Oh, man. Not the first, but just a famous one.
No, he's the first.
Just he went back and killed the other ones. Yeah. Really wobbly.
I mean, he had his own video game that he did do announcing for. So technically, he is the first Let's Player.
The stuff is still rancid. Ugh, I hate it. But I'm going to finish it. I need caffeine. We got a long day ahead of us. Let's Tries.
So we did... Oh, God. So we did all that.
We did. But no, it's even worse. Not only were we recording the audio in post... but the bitrate of the video was all fucked, and we had resampling turned on, so the whole thing was blurry and after imaging and everything. But just to top it all off, you hadn't learned how to sync audio yet.
Yes.
So if we were lucky, the game audio would match the game, but almost never would our commentary match the game.
Yeah.
So you can blatantly hear us reacting to stuff in a moment, and then realize that it's not lining up with the actual moment. So you'd hear us react to it like a second, like 2 or 3 seconds before or after the thing on the screen that happens. That clearly is what we're reacting to.
Yeah, the channel is a blemish for years.
But instead of learning from any of these mistakes, what we did is we just pressed forward.
Yes.
So we went on to Dark Souls.
Yep.
Our first actual Let's Play series. Just fucking jumped in the deep end and tried Dark Souls. And we did the worst ways possible, which is that we're all sitting in a room together. I don't know if we even really had proper audio necessarily to even hear the game properly.
No, we didn't.
And we were trading controllers because we had this idea of like, oh, it's a game where you die a lot. I know every time we die, we'll change controllers. So like we'll swap between the 3 players that were there. It was Yumi and Anna. And so the 3 of us were playing Dark Souls, and like it's already this impossible to learn, like crazy difficult game, and we were just hobbling ourselves by like not being able to gain any momentum at learning because we're like just swapping the controller between us the entire time. And it's just this, it was just a disaster.
It's just
and you came up with this scorecard that
I never went anywhere.
It made no sense.
Yep.
Like I couldn't tell. I think if you try to come up with any rules for the scorecard of like, is it the number of times to die on a boss? Is it who kills the boss? Like who gets points? When does the boss get points? Like if you look at the scorecard, Andrew came up and you come up with any rule for how it's supposed to work, I don't think any of them work.
No, they don't.
Like eventually it's just like, I don't know what he was doing. He just was making up numbers.
It's literally just a scorecard that's completely...
And it just disappears.
Yeah, it just goes away forever. It was, there was a lot of... We fucked up a lot. And mostly because it was 2 of us who have, 1, we never really watched Let's Plays.
No.
2, we had no idea how to do any of it. I didn't know how to use audio balancing or do any of the audio stuff well or edit, because I've never edited videos before.
No.
And neither of us had ever commentaried over.
There's some spectacular moments in Dark Souls where, like, I think in particular what I remember is I had just beaten, I think I beat the Titanite Demon. And I was in like Blackroot Basin after that, just sitting in the forest alone. And I was like, I gotta look something up and figure something out. Hopefully Andrew edits this part out.
And I didn't.
And then I just stand still for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's just in the video, and it's only like they're like 10 to 15 minute videos. So like
10 minutes.
Half the video is just empty. I'm just standing there because Andrew wasn't editing the videos, and it was this dynamic of like I was usually the one that was making some sort of claim or goal towards like quality control, but you were the one that was actually doing things.
Yeah.
Because like I would be like, oh yeah, we gotta do this and this, like here's some fixes to make, but also like I was never doing anything.
Yeah.
I was literally like, I'd come in and record and then I'd just leave, and then it would be on you to do everything.
Yeah, there's a lot to do.
So like we're both equally responsible in that simultaneously I could sit there and be baffled by all these mistakes you're making, but also I wasn't doing shit. I wasn't doing. I'd be like, how the fuck did you fuck that up? Bye.
Yeah, pretty much. We basically both just kind of fucked up every step of the way for like a good 2 years, I would say. Wow, congratulations. For a solid 2 years, I think we just kind of
sick of that.
Fucked up.
And it all coalesced in the mega fuck up. The big bad thing you did.
Oh, yeah.
You remember the bad thing you did?
My history revisionist phase?
Yeah. So we are like, I don't know, like definitely like over a year, maybe like getting not close to 2 years yet. We're probably like maybe a year and a half into doing this stuff.
Yeah. Probably like 500 subscribers.
I guess you are just like hanging out in the garage, talking to Joe and talking about the future of the channel and these ideas, and like it should be like an indie games and boss fight channel is apparently where you guys landed in that conversation.
Yeah, somehow.
And then you just decide to, on a whim, without ever talking to me, just delete dozens or hundreds of videos.
Not hundreds.
Like, impossible to quantify amounts of videos.
No, I deleted 2 series of videos. They weren't hundreds.
There's a whole chapter of our history that just disappears. Amusingly, like, it was 2 playthroughs we were in the middle of. Also,
Lollipop Chainsaw and
we had just finished recording Lollipop Chainsaw, and we were
and I think it was Shadow of the Damned.
We were starting Dead Space.
Oh, it was Dead Space.
No, Shadows of the Damned was one of the motivators for me to start my own channel.
Did we even upload Shadows of the Damned? Okay,
that recording went super bad.
Yeah,
we did was it Outlast and Shadows of the Damned were the 2 games where I tried to record them with you, and you were just not having it. Yeah, you were like, "Fuck this game, fuck everything about it." And I'm like, "I'm into this. This
I was
cool.
not into the humor,
and I was like, so I went off to not record Shadows of the Damned ever. Apparently, I just played it on my own and didn't record it. But I went off to I recorded Outlast as my first ever Let's Play because I was like, well, Andrew's not game. Apparently.
Well, okay, with Outlast, I was to be fair, with Outlast, I was making it apparent why it was shit because I was just like, and stand-in thing. and get out of thing.
Yeah,
And
you were being deconstructionist. We were like,
Yeah.
I am now explaining how horror works.
Yeah.
And I am destroying all of the feelings.
yeah, because
But
it was
you're
just
also
like,
high off the ramp at that point of Machine for Pigs being awful.
yes, it's true.
So like you were mad at horror games
I
at
was
that
just-
point, and
yeah.
I'm like, I guess this is the end of us playing horror games for a while.
it was a very crowded genre at that point.
but that's later because that's 2013. But like in 2012 ish, there's just a time where I just came in one day and it was like, just found out a ton of our videos were just gone.
Yeah.
and I can't identify which ones they were anymore because like they're just like,
it's a jumbled mess.
how do you go back to even? How do you remember that specifically? What happened is the biggest thing that made it apparent to me how much was deleted was that at the end of 2012 I made the first like best of video.
Yes.
I made a video of all of our video. It's all of our stuff from 2012. I just went through and did highlights of it, which when you think about it, that's like almost all the way back to the beginning of the channel because we only had a few months in 2011 to begin with.
Yeah.
And I was so cheating back then because we didn't compress our audio. We didn't do any audio processing back then.
Yeah.
So I would just look through all of our videos for like places where the volume spikes and like clips and stuff like that. It's like, we must be laughing a lot over there. And I just like home in on those moments and shit like that. And
Yeah, I remember that was your trick when you told me to do the video for the next year or something, and you're like, yeah, just take all the audio and look for the uncompressed parts. I was like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
Well, I handed it off to you for a month because I was on the geology trip later. But the God damn it. That was when it became apparent how much was gone because I was going through the history of our channel and there's like a whole chunk of our channel where there's just no videos.
Yeah, you can
Like
see the date
Yeah, you look at the
discrepancy.
date. You look at the date like jump for like 2 months. All of a sudden, you're like,
Yeah. Wait, what the fuck?
nah. It's just like a whole chapter is gone.
Yeah.
because you just deleted them. It's like, oh no.
I mean, if it was,
they're all bad content, but I like pointing back at our old bad content.
Yeah.
because it's fun to remember. Like
that's my biggest problem is like in my heart, I am a hardcore history revisionist. I know about your live journal that you refuse to let anyone know exists. I don't know what you're talking about. As far as anyone,
is it live journal? Is that the right one?
Yeah.
Or is it something else?
live journal?
Yeah, he's got a really embarrassing live journal that he won't let anyone discover or reveal. One day he realized it was public still, and he's like, "I'm taking this the fuck down."
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I've got like my shitty blogs and shit all around. Tech Goblin's gone.
No, Tech Goblin's still there.
Last I checked, Tech Goblin was gone. You had to look at like maybe archive websites would kind of show some of it sometimes. But I believe Tech Goblin's just been gone forever.
I thought you still had it. Oh shit, is it gone forever?
I think it's been gone for a while now.
Oh, I spelled it wrong.
With the dumb shit I used to write over there.
Oh right, it was stupid fucking. That was why I misspelled it. It was TEK.
Yeah,
I think I want it. Yeah, it's still there. It's the Tech Goblin Cloud, the Amazon Cloud tips and tricks. So
he's still revising this thing into being things.
Yeah, so he just writes tips on how to use the Amazon Cloud because that's his job.
Weird.
So yeah, no, it's still there though. He just has one post.
Wait, what? Yeah. Are all the other ones gone now?
It's a long post. Granted, it's probably it's a very long post. But
Is
yeah,
it I'm stopping the website post.
No, it's the Amazon Cloud Guide, speed up or optimize WordPress in the cloud, and that's it. That was June 30th of 2013.
Wow, that's like an eternity ago.
Yeah.
So what happened though is like 2012 would be when we were discovering like the Let's Play subreddit. And like, there's a handful of tools to pick up there every now and then when you're just totally clueless. But wow, is that place useless the moment you get your feet off the ground? Because like, that subreddit suffers from an infinite loop of that. It's always newcomers visiting it every day.
Yep.
So the same questions get asked every day, and that's just the dominant conversation of the entire subreddit indefinitely until like a Let's Play controversy happens. Like, PewDiePie says a bad word, or like algorithms seem to change again. Like aside from that, it's always like just the same conversations about like, how do I make a video? How do I have a personality? That's a real thread that happens on a regular basis. How do I be a person that people like?
Yeah,
boy.
How do you get subscribers? What like? It's and
I'm gonna have to have a talk.
To its credit, I mean, I get it. It's having both of us started out from like not even a subreddit existing.
Yeah,
both of us just going like, the fuck, how? They're like, there's a lot of things, but honestly,
when you're fully clueless, but it's useless. It's a subreddit.
It's better just to know what you need to do rather than someone telling you exactly how to do it.
It's a place that shouldn't be a subreddit.
Yeah, it needs to be a website.
Yeah, like the issue it has is that Reddit is built around being like an infinitely active forum.
Yes.
Like where something rises to the top and there's new stuff every day. But stuff doesn't really change in the concept of Let's Plays very often. So like really like a couple pinned posts of guides is like all you really need. And then like it's practically done until like the weird questions happen. But instead, that place is just a constant influx of just people posting new things every day of the same questions repeating. And half the time it's just like, how do I make people like me? And it's like almost every single time they're not there to actually get answers. They just want to be told why that they're already doing everything right, but it just didn't work out. And it's just they're perfect, but they didn't get lucky.
A lot of it is just people wanting to.
I gave up on being there.
Yeah, blame the algorithm or blame like you're not following the norm. Like, oh, you just, like you're not a sellout like everyone else is, and it's like it's this weird like
you're only not doing well because you're not a sellout.
Yeah, because you
care about your quality. And it's like you look at their channel, it's just like sludge, and they've made like one video every 5 months, and it's like, wow, I wonder why it's not doing well. Yeah. It's like, no, it's because I'm not a sellout. It's like, sure, buddy, all right. There's just thousands of those channels, and they all last like 2 months, and then they give up.
They just give up,
and they're just too pure for this world. But we
did on Sucky Sunday on there though.
Yeah, we have multiple big changes that happened that are usually tied to somebody having a job or something.
Yes.
And so what happened for you is that you got a job for tech support.
Yes,
and you
tech
got
support
like at a call center, right?
In Sacramento.
So you had to move like an hour away.
Yep.
And I'm like, fuck, because I live here, but I go to college where you're going to work, so like we can kind of make this work.
Yeah.
But our routine of like meeting up like practically every day to just record some random shit or fuck around and just do whatever we feel like every day was like going to be gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
So between that and the frustration of like the canceled Let's Plays we had of just stuff that like you were just incompatible with on a given day, I was like, hey, I should make my own channel. Give that a shot since I'm gonna have all this extra time because I'm probably only gonna visit Andrew's apartment like once a week or something.
Yeah, we did. We basically we're doing what we're doing now, but opposite.
But opposite, yeah, because now I live over there and you live over here. That's weird how that happened.
I mean, what, you want me to be like Joe and just fucking go to a different country?
Just peace off to Japan. Oh, man.
Come on, Keith, just fly over. We'll record some stuff.
I wish we had Joe for these podcasts. That'd be great. He's gone.
Forever.
Forever and ever.
Yep.
And ever and ever.
Until one day he won't be.
Until he comes back. Yeah. Or not. Maybe.
Or not.
Maybe he'll just grow old in Japan.
Maybe, yeah.
Do they have like limits on how long he can be there?
If he gets married to a native, he's there forever.
Yeah.
Because he's sponsored. Because I have a sponsored visa.
Because he's sponsored. What a weird... It just sounds weird when you say it that way.
Yeah. I mean, he's a sellout.
They put like a sticker on him, like the brands on a race car.
Yeah, it's just the Japanese flag.
His jacket's got all these like stickers, like patches on it from his sponsors because he's a sponsored Japanese citizen.
Pretty much.
But yeah, like I figured, I'll start my own channel in the meantime because you were off in your place, and I started doing Outlast, and then I was like, I started playing Dark Souls on my own, and I was like, I started playing Demon Souls on my own because there was like a revival. Because back then they were like, Demon Souls is getting canceled. They're going to take the servers down. It's all going to die. It was like news back then.
Yeah.
And then it just didn't happen. But because of that, I was playing it just on a whim. And I was like, I should record this. And then I ended up recording that, and then Dark Souls, and then Dark Souls 2, and that became like the channel for a while. Like Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin and Dark Souls 2 Regular Edition were like the two big growth spikes I ever had.
Yeah.
That and like the Witness probably. And just kind of fell into that while simultaneously like coming by your place to record once a week for Sad Games, which was just a separate entity. On its own.
At the time I was also trying my own channel too, and like leaving Sad Games as a dual. Because I didn't want
that was a weird chapter.
Yeah, because I didn't want Sad Games to be a solo channel.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like, I'll just make my own solo channel and then just have Sad Games as the joint effort that we do together.
We had this idea that Sad Games would be the two-person channel. We each have our own private channels. Which previously on Sad Games, we actually tried doing a really complicated schedule where we do three. Because at one point we had a 3 videos per day schedule where I would record a solo thing and you would record a solo thing, and then the third video would be us doing a group thing.
Yeah.
And that was at one point our schedule where, like, I think I was playing Walking Dead and you were playing Silent Hill 4 and stuff like that. And Black Mesa.
It was an attempt.
We've had so many weird iterations and ideas.
And that's the best part about it, is that we tried so much stuff, we failed at so much stuff, and then we kind of just were like, but this is what we need to do.
It's funny thinking about like how consistent my channel's identity is and what the format is and stuff like that nowadays, and just thinking about like just for years it was just fucking anything goes, whatever happens.
It was a wild west of a channel.
Like that's my advice whenever people talk about doing this shit, is like, just fucking hop on,
just do it,
just fucking do it. Don't commit a bunch of money to it like off the bat. That'd be a bad idea. You did that was weird. Yeah,
I still do it.
I'm walking to my car, getting ready to drive home from college, and you're fucking like, I got a mixer and microphones, and I'm like, how much did that cost? Because we've never made money yet.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, I mean, I was willing to put money into it to get money out of it, which never happened. But I'm sorry, it did. It happened enough to buy one game for a console that did not work.
Our first paycheck ever from Sad Games, and we bought Zombie Revenge because I was like, oh, we gotta play Zombie Revenge. This is the dumbest fucking game.
Yeah.
Because we'd always play bad games or just dumb campy games because it's natural.
We still do that.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like it's a fun thing to riff off of. And I'm like, oh, this will be great. I remember this game being dumb as shit. We get Zombie Revenge in the mail, first ever game we paid for with ad revenue from Sad Games, and we find out your Dreamcast doesn't work.
It doesn't read CDs anymore.
And it's like, it's still sitting on a shelf somewhere. We still never played it because your Dreamcast doesn't work, and we haven't replaced it.
Pretty much.
It's been like 4 years probably since that happened.
I could probably get an emulator at this point.
Yeah. But then it wouldn't be OG. We gotta go get a Dreamcast from Dimple.
I just need to go on eBay and buy a stupid CD reader and replace it. That's all the problem is. I just buy a new CD reader. But honestly, just if you just jump in, you make stupid shit, and eventually you'll get somewhere. JonTron did the same thing. JonTron is like the perfect example where he just had a shitty camera and it was like zoomed in on his face super close, and he's like, what the fuck is this? And then like that, like all of his videos were like 5 minutes and they were just nonsense. Yeah. And they low quality, look like
his
shit.
Final Fantasy 13-2 video, I want to say, was like just like there's just weird ones.
Yeah, but I mean, it worked because you progress, you grow, you figure it out.
2 important things need to happen when you start your channel, which is 1,
give up immediately.
So 1, you need to learn all the different mistakes the hard way, basically, and because it's a complicated, and like I'm not saying this is some crazy hard thing that we do, but it's like there's enough complicated things that can go wrong that you can't even know what to look for until they just all happen to you one by one.
Absolutely.
Like Shell started doing her Let's Play channel and was recording like Myst and stuff like that, and every now and then she'd be like, oh yeah, I lost all my footage today, or like, oh yeah, I can't use the audio in this game because it's copyright, or like something like that, and like all these different new problems. And it's like you just like, and like there's just a sign of recognition for me and Wander, like, oh yeah, that happened now, huh? Yeah. That was your first time.
Yeah,
just lost all your footage today, huh? Isn't that interesting?
Like I recently got done setting up a way to record with someone over the internet. Mm-hmm. So I needed to share my screen and then but also share the game audio, but also share my audio, but also still be able to hear them so it doesn't come through the speakers of the computer, so it doesn't go back to them or get picked up when I'm recording the audio. But I also need to record their audio too, so that way when they're recording their audio at home, I can sync it up. I did that by myself with no guide. You know how I did that? Because I've learned.
And you have to do all this mess while still trying to make the finished video like actually fun and not like this weird balancing act.
It's insane amount of work. And at the end of the day, I was like, I feel successful because I'm like, I figured out a thing, and I don't think I've ever heard someone talk about doing that before.
And this segues to my second topic of that, which is like, not only do you have to have every problem happen, but you have to learn everything not to like about the process. Like, because all you see, if you just watch like Markiplier or something, you just think that some guy has a fun ass time for like 5 minutes a day or something, and then like that's his whole job or something. No, you gotta go like see how the meat's prepared and go beyond all this shit and like deal with the setup and all the technical problems, and then also trying to do commentary and trying to do all these different parts of the job. and then putting out videos only to see that no one's watching them, maybe for months or weeks or years.
Yeah.
And like, after all this is through, if you still want to do it, then go ahead.
Yeah.
Because like there's so many things that would make you want to stop.
Oh, it's a constant. You're pushing a boulder uphill all the time, and it doesn't start.
And
the boulder doesn't
of course,
start.
one of those things is all the shit that goes wrong.
Yeah, and the boulder doesn't start going the opposite direction until like you're past like maybe 10 million subscribers. Then the boulder's kind of like, I threw out a whatever, and it's still got 1 million views. Like,
I mean, I'm sure we both thought about quitting like many times.
I think about quitting literally every day. Every day I think about quitting. Look, and it's only because like I get no fucking sleep. I'm so tired all the time. Like, because I do this along with another job.
Yeah.
So like my sleep schedule, I go to bed like maybe 4 hours, 3 hours every day. I'm fucking tired, and I get up, and the first thing I do is like I play a game, and the game's like, I don't want to work. I'm just gonna fucking kill you. Like, I'm not gonna do this right now.
You're trying to fit into your free time to record videos of a game, and then go through the editing process, and then like get the technical shit to work, and then also maybe dealing with issues of like fixing problems that happened in the recording that maybe mean you have to re-record everything, or maybe you can fix it but it's like a mess to go through, and like all these different technical issues, all to upload a video that might not do well to begin with.
None of them. I don't have a
just to shit on you, because what happened here is that on top of the video not doing well or other things happening, like at any time YouTube could just be like, nah, that video's gone now. What you had to deal with.
Which
today.
Today, or technically they alerted me yesterday.
Yeah,
but and like almost none. Like I think Nekojishi and Mirror, those two videos are the only videos that get more than 200 views a day.
Yeah,
and I do 5 videos.
You do all these videos all the time,
videos.
And these visual novel type. Well, one's a visual novel. The one's like a weird puzzle.
It's a visual novel puzzle. It's just Honey Pop.
It's Honey
Pop,
Pop, basically.
More risque.
And like those two things are doing super well on your channel. And it's like, finally, something's doing great. Oh my God, look at that 30,000 views on that one thing and stuff like that. And then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, YouTube's taking this one down. You got a flag on your account. Now you can't stream.
Yeah.
For 3 months. Because you got a strike on your channel.
And
without warning.
And I specifically, I appealed it.
You can't even ask. Yeah. And they
denied it.
They kept it.
Yeah.
And they don't even point out like which specific part is like, because it's just automated messages.
Yeah. They're just like, don't ever upload this again, I guess. And I'm like,
you go through all this and the process can just shit on you.
Yeah. And so now I'm like sitting here bewildered, like, do I continue making these videos?
Do I put up a video that maybe you'll get lucky, put up a video vlog about it, and maybe it'll spark like a controversy, and you'll be the center of a YouTube controversy, and you get 1 billion views.
I mean, but then at the same point, I'm like, well, then what's the limit? Because like in the quotation marks,
what is sexual content exactly?
That's what I don't understand. Like, what is sexual content?
Like, there wasn't a sex scene in the game, right?
It does not have actual sex in the game.
Because like you have a channel where the most popular video ever is a zoomed in pixelated thumbnail of Hulk's penis,
and that's not sexual.
Yeah, and that's your most popular video.
Yes,
it has like 500,000 views now or something.
I have videos. Like, we have multiple videos that are over 20,000 views. But a puzzle game with
a girl on the side is like, oh, that's too much. Strike on your channel. You can't stream anymore.
Yeah. And not only that, but remember, we also have. I've also explained. I have Honey Pop on the channel.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing, but a little less risque in comparison. I also have 2 different visual novels where literal penis to vagina action happens in the game. It's censored.
Meanwhile, like I get shit because like in Witcher, I'll like pixelate some boobs here and there, and they'd be like, you can do that on YouTube, or I saw this other guy that did it, and there's always like the thing that people always say to you, and it's like, yeah, but you don't fucking know who they're gonna get.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, they'll arbitrarily pick people like as an example,
and like
it's like video piracy where you're like, yeah, you could download shows for like years, but then that one guy goes to court, and it's like they make an example of that fucking dude, like, basically. Like,
yeah, because if I searched it because I was so angry last night that I searched. I was like, fine, maybe it's my fault for playing the new character in Mirror before everyone else did.
Nope,
my
everyone
bad.
Else did too, and they're fine.
No, everyone else did it, but they did the worst scene.
Yeah,
like there's a scene that gets worse to the point where it's literal penis and vagina and just splooging everywhere, and it's like that's fine. YouTube not gonna remove that.
Actual sexual content on YouTube, reviews of dildos that have like hundreds of thousands
with a
of
woman
views on
wearing
them, or
underwear,
millions of views.
Yeah. It's like a woman basically naked wearing a dildo, but it's
Never know where
but
the
it's
line is.
educational,
Yeah.
Keith. They're teaching you about the dildo.
Like, that made me mad because there was the Persona 5 controversy, and people were like calling me a coward for stopping when they threaten people's channels. It's like, fucking even Best Friends Play canceled their series the moment that news came out because they know better. And like, they eventually rescinded it slightly, but not really, because they pulled a full EA, where EA was like, "Oh, you guys are mad at those loot boxes? We'll bring them back a month from now." Like, and like they never even claimed they were gone for good. Literally, when the loot boxes were removed, they were like, "We're temporarily removing them," and people acted like that was a victory. Like, they're coming back like in a month. They said that in their apology. In the Atlas thing, with the Persona 5 thing, all they did was slightly move the goalpost, but not take anything actually away. And like, oh, we didn't mean to say that. You didn't mean to, in bold text, say your channel will be taken down. I can see how that could happen on accident.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be taken as a threat.
Yeah, that threatening, bold, you have been warned message that they literally said and never took. It's still there. They never took it down. The original message is still there.
Yeah, they didn't even cover their tracks.
They just have the follow-up messages that as like vaguely apologetic, and that's good because that's how easy PR is nowadays.
Yeah,
you just say sorry and don't do anything, and then people are like, "Oh, it's fixed now." It's like nothing changed.
It's sorry. But saying you're sorry is the easiest way to get out of almost anything, except when you say something like racist.
Yeah.
It's the only time it's unacceptable, but everyone else, you could do the worst shit possible, except that's non-racist, and you just, but I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry about the loot boxes. Please play Battlefront.
And people are like, okay, thank you for your apology. And it's like, no, that's not...
And like, people are like, oh, see, they keep moving the goalpost. By the time you get that far, because it's such a long game, surely they will have removed it by then, right? Well, fucking Wander gave that test a try, and he did a 141 episode series all the way up to the part where you're not supposed to play after. And even though it was fucking 6 months later, they still hadn't changed anything.
I don't think it's still been changed.
Yeah, you still can't go past that part.
Yeah.
And all these comments are on his video, like, when are you going to play the rest, or where can I see the rest? Because Wander finished recording all of it and streamed all of it, but none of it's on YouTube after that point.
Yeah,
and he probably still has it just sitting there. It might even be edited and stuff like that.
Yeah, he might have the video, but I'm saying you can't even have the VODs on Twitch.
Yeah, you can't put it on. Yeah, you can't put it up anywhere.
You're not even supposed to stream that part on Twitch.
No, you're not. I don't think that Twitch has the same level of enforcement available to people the way that YouTube does. Because
I think it's also
YouTube,
just like
you could just be like, "Fuck that guy," whereas on Twitch it's like, oh, they weren't supposed to do that.
They do, but it's only once the VOD exists.
Yeah.
So like they would just take down the video. Like basically the VOD wouldn't exist on his channel. But like they can't stop him midstream.
Like Wander recreated the exact fear that I had, which is the idea that I'd have to, as a channel that likes to finish the series I do, that I'd have commit a half of a year to doing a playthrough of a game, only to just stop out of nowhere and then just leave it there. Like that would suck so much. Especially if it's not my choice. Like, I'm not like, I can't take any more of this game, like with Darkest Dungeon. It's like, no, I can't continue. They won't let me. And I went to the last video on Wonders, and they were like, why don't you do it? And like, I can find this video on Twitch, on YouTube easy. They're clearly not going after people, but you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. They threatened to go after people, and you can't tell who they did and didn't go after because all you can see is the remaining videos that are still up.
Yeah, you can only see the survivors of the purge.
And it's like, you're witnessing this firsthand of how much this sucks because you don't know who gets enforced and who doesn't. All that matters is that it can happen to you.
Yeah, and my videos, the ones in question I was talking about, mine only had like 28,000 views. Yeah. The other ones I saw had 200,000 views.
Yeah, it's all an inconsistent mess, and it doesn't work, and you can easily point at it and argue that like this is not right. Yeah. But that doesn't change the fact that it happens.
Yeah, and it's not worth risking everything over.
Yeah, so I mean, me and Wander aren't going to be like, they threatened to take down our channels, we're going to just call their bluff and see what happens, because they can't lose anything in this equation, and we can lose a whole lot.
Yeah, you lose your job. Yeah, like that's, and it's the most unfair part is because every single rule, the one thing I hate is that every single rule for YouTube for like what you can't upload has one specific line or one specific word that is just super vague. Yeah, like the section 1, sexual content. It describes certain stuff like you can't have pornography, blah blah. Or sexual content. What does that mean?
Like, I don't know.
Because YouTube just goes like...
All I know is that fucking Rooster Teeth Achievement Hunter's been fucking hitting dildos against shit for the last like 6 months in their videos and no one cares.
Yeah. And so, like, I don't know
in their videos, Michael like puts the giant black dildo on his pants and like pretends to like violate other cast members, and it's like that's just in the videos, and it's like whatever. It's like
it's fine.
What is like? Just tell us what's enforceable and what's not. We're just trying to do our job.
But that's the thing. It's like it's so vague. But it's also like there can be like a precedent set to say like this is discrimination, because you're punishing people, but then if other people have the exact same content, you're not punishing them.
Yeah.
And it's like, so
what happens is YouTube wants to be vague, because then they have the discretion to do what they want.
Yes.
And so basically, like, they can be like, oh, advertisers got mad at that thing, we can get rid of that thing and stuff like that. And it can totally be case by case and unfair, and it doesn't matter. And it's like, that's kind of why they're so vague and shitty about it.
I know. But it sucks, because now I don't know, like, what about the rest of the Mirror videos?
I don't know.
They weren't taken down. Do I take them down? Because what if I
want to point out that your video was taken down, your non-sexual video, as in, like, did not have any explicit sexual content. It was just about sexual content, kind of. Your video was taken down almost at the exact moment that, like, Logan Paul was uploading a video of, like, a dead guy in the forest.
Which did not get taken down and went to trending at number 10.
Yeah, is that still up?
No, he took it down. YouTube didn't.
Yeah.
You know why? Because if YouTube took it down, they'd have to flag his channel.
Yeah.
So they asked him to take it down. Which is impressive, because that's awesome. A guy literally showed a live
dead body on one of the most popular channels on the entire of YouTube.
To children.
And his is fine. But
he can live stream at least. Thank goodness Logan Paul can live stream more dead people at the fucking... God, what?
But you play a sexy visual novel, and how dare you?
What?
You have a 3-month penalty on your channel.
A sexy visual novel of drawn people. They are not real. This man showed a real-life human who is dead.
Meanwhile, everyone else in the world's having no issue playing Doki Doki Literature Club, and that's fine.
Which is girls killing themselves. Great. Yeah. You know what? Like, at this point, I genuinely, honestly just wish you would just shut it down. I wish they would just shut YouTube down and just be like, we don't have a fucking idea. You either just leave it open and just go like, it's Wild West now. We're taking it out of our hands. We'll keep it up, but you do whatever you want now. Or just shut it down, because you don't have.
I can't believe how good the timing of that is with the Logan Paul thing.
I was so mad.
And your strike happening at the same time.
Like I was in the middle.
This is the bad thing.
The only reason I found out I had this strike was because I was on Twitter and I was like, people were blowing up about it. I was like, what's this Logan Paul thing? That's crazy. I guess I'll check the video out. And the moment I clicked on YouTube, the whole it wouldn't let me go to YouTube. It was like, you need to acknowledge you fucked up. And I was like, what? Am I Logan Paul? Did I fly? Like, what happened? Like, whose account is this?
Maybe we're all Logan Paul. Oh God.
Oh God.
I mean, we kind of are. No, like in that sense of like, this is the pedestal. The people on the top of the pedestal are like the people that were put there by people, and it's like, oh fuck, we made that kind of we didn't, because we didn't. I've never seen a
single video of his.
I haven't even seen Jake Paul, and I'm like, there's another one.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck.
I saw that too. People were like, good thing they weren't together. I was like, who's the other Paul? What is that? Like, did he clone himself? Is it just two Pauls?
Like, I heard about Jake Paul before, but like, I didn't know fucking Logan Paul. I have no idea.
I don't know what any of them are.
Meanwhile, like these people, like, they thrive on controversy and shit. Like this thing where I will be shocked if like this whole thing even hurts him in any way. It probably only leads to growth and exposure.
He lost a couple thousand subscribers.
It always comes back though. It always spikes and stuff. Like,
he has 15 million. He's got a couple to lose. like
it's like when iDubbbz did the Rice Gum video.
Yeah,
and like Rice Gum just milked it. Like he's like pretend like it's this massive, like, oh my god, how could you do this to me? But he makes like 5 videos about the iDubbbz video, and he's like just milking it for all the money he can. Because it's like rapper beefs. Like that's fake.
Well, that's what I like.
Even when it's real, it's fake.
There's a channel that exists for that. It's Keemstar.
Yeah,
a channel exists solely so that like it thrives on drama. It's basically like entertainment.
YouTube makes me feel gross sometimes. You notice that like none of these people show up in like the rewind videos. There was like a
Jake Paul was.
Yeah, Jake Paul was, but I mean,
so we need to go and rewind that out of existence.
I'm just saying, like the whole like the drama alert and shit like that. You know, like in their like sanitized, like self-created vision of how they want to present YouTube as being, there's noteworthy exemptions from that vision
Yeah.
that really show how proud or not proud they are of certain parts of their website.
I mean, to put it,
you get the fuck out of here. We're gonna call Markiplier. He's gonna go for 1 second in the video, but fucking Keemstar.
keep that.
We're trying.
Well, what are you gonna have Keemstar do? Just sitting there eating popcorn?
That's the
like,
YouTube channel you don't tell your parents about.
It's interesting, and like, yeah, I mean, like Philip DeFranco wasn't there.
He was there.
Oh, was he? Oh, yeah, he was
there for the first time.
Yeah, that's right. It was his first time being there, but he's been there.
I think they had to acknowledge him after he became like the biggest Patreon ever or something.
Yeah, he had the largest Patreon.
Like, holy fuck.
Which
DeFranco Elite
but that's
was
the
like,
thing.
I'm like, holy
It's
shit,
like,
how many people are on that?
And I think like half of I remember like there were a bunch of people on the Rewind that weren't even YouTubers. They were like Viners or vloggers.
I mean, this was
the
the worst Rewind ever made.
And it was like, what is... And it like, I didn't understand what even the point was telling me. It was like, you need to be super fucking happy. You need to not show any controversy. Fidget spin, motherfucker. And you need to like... I don't know, not hang out with those other people like the PewDiePie or the Keemstar. Don't talk about them.
They've never necessarily been great videos to begin with.
No, but
like,
they've been...
probably the best YouTube Rewind was the one that had the Call Me Maybe and Gangnam Style in it.
Yeah.
Because like it had a flow of scenes where there was like YouTuber cameos doing scenarios more or less, and it had like it looked like it at least had the feeling of a MTV music video. Where like it's like you don't know what the fuck's happening necessarily, but like there's a sequence of scenes that fit together in like a music video sort of way.
Yeah.
But then the next few years were just noise, and this one was like it hurt to watch.
It was like the dankest meme filled bullshit ever.
Every frame has like 15 human beings in it.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can't recognize any of these people. They're going so fast that like did you call those people in to go to a park and like use up a bunch of their day to be in 3 frames of a video? Like these people, like you think about the opportunity cost of like, don't these people have like videos to make and like they're losing money by being in your shitty video where no one's going to even be able to notice they were there because of how fast they cut through?
Like for an example, Jake Paul he does vlogs every day, so he just took a vlog while at the thing. I bet.
Like I had to watch the video again because I wanted to try to see if I could like tally people. And only then, second time, when I'm paying really close attention and kind of watching it slowly, I noticed Markiplier was in it.
Oh,
because like there's a random interior room where a whole bunch of people are like shaking their heads or something, and I'm like, oh look, one of the 7 people in the frame is Markiplier. You can see the back half of his head or something. I'm like, the fuck, he went there. Those people had to,
that was probably the YouTube headquarters, and they live in LA.
Like, don't these people have shit to do?
No,
you couldn't bother to make them be in a decent video.
Well, I mean, like you think about realistic like channels that don't, because you're also remembering that you output an insane amount of videos comparatively. So you think like...
Well, there's a thing where I'm trying to figure out what the point of the video is, because it can't be entertaining because it doesn't have any flow.
It's an advertisement
to it, but it also can't be like it doesn't work as like promoting the people in the video.
No,
because the video is like
YouTube.
rapid fire. Like you can't. No one's gonna be like, I liked how that guy, and so I'm gonna go to his channel because that's all you saw of that guy.
Yeah.
So it's like the people don't serve a purpose. And like you can't be like, oh, look at all the people they got, because you can't recognize anyone because there's so many faces going so fast that you're basically like, did Tom Scott have a frisbee? I think I saw Tom Scott with a frisbee. Isn't he from a different country? Did they fly him in for that?
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah,
because PewDiePie.
Did they fly people in to be in one frame of
yes, because PewDiePie talked about that, how he like they would either fly people out there to film with him, like film him there, or they would fly him out to LA to do those rewinds, because he was in it for like 3 years straight, and he was like, yeah, they didn't invite me this year because I guess they don't like me no more.
Because everyone's mad at him.
Yeah, but he was like genuinely, I'm okay with it though, because it's a lot of work and I don't really get anything out of it. He's like, I ended
up on the other side of the sanitation slider. Of like, these people are a little too like, anything happened in their life that might not make people happy.
Like if your rank in YouTube's eyes of being good is on a very big spectrum, and like that spectrum can like go from really good to like, I don't know about you anymore real quickly by like just simply by people going like, that guy made bad things. And they just go like, slide that over a little bit. And you can notice it. You notice that drop very quickly when YouTube just kind of like slides you over to the side.
Do you know who the guy was that was moving the train?
Moving the train?
Yeah. the one person recognizable in the entire video.
In YouTube Rewind?
Yeah. He's like, I don't know, it's like he's like with an icy train. And he's like moving the train, and I'm like, this guy got like half the video to himself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know who he is.
I don't know who he is.
Is he a new music artist I'm missing or something?
I think he
like it's like him and John Oliver got like top like billing of like you get to have like the whole screen to yourself for like more than 3 seconds.
I don't know who he is.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
Awesome.
I know John Oliver is. He did the intro. Which, by the way, what a fuck you to everyone in the YouTuber community that's like mad at the fact. Like almost every controversy over the last like year and a half has been about like how like the unfair treatment of like normal YouTubers versus like talk show hosts that have started uploading their videos on YouTube.
Yeah,
and like how like H3 or someone will be getting fucked over in ways where like Jimmy Kimmel can do the exact same thing and they can do whatever they want and stuff like that. And the fucking YouTube Rewind opens with a talk show host and I'm like, oh fuck, that's just fucking finger in the eye right there.
Is it, or is it just YouTube saying like this is my stance?
Well, that's what I mean. It's like that's what I mean by finger in the eye. Like they're just by saying like fuck off.
Yeah,
to their own people. Like they know people are mad. Like I like John Oliver. I like Last Week Tonight. But like they know that people are mad. At those people moving into this territory and like how they're treated unequally.
Well, but YouTube needs that.
And the Rewind opens with one of them.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't fucking end with Jimmy Kimmel and just fucking like sandwich it, like make it a fuck you sandwich or something.
I mean, they probably tried, but I bet Jimmy Kimmel was a little busy, having a job.
What a fucking journey.
It's interesting. I don't know. I think it's interesting to see that people just like, at this point, you still think YouTube cares. YouTube's like self-destructive nature is, I just
get such a trip out of trying to deconstruct like how it was made and thinking about the logistics of it, and like that nightmare is like, I'm like, how does this keep happening?
I mean, what,
and
maybe,
why?
Yeah, I don't know why it keeps happening. That's my only question is like, why do you keep, like, YouTube Rewind is a thing you made up which had a genuinely, honestly okay goal in the beginning, which was to, hey, remember those creators that made good things?
Yeah, they were actually at least like kind of referencing things.
Yeah, they were basically trying to show creators, hey, you may have missed these people that made these really impressive things that like were trending or whatever.
And this now it's just soup.
And yeah, now it's just soup because it's all the same clickbaity title bullshit. It's just
YouTube. Will it blend?
Yeah.
Like they're just random videos just clipping together, and it's like you cut between like people frolicking in like a fucking field to like people floating through space and mourning how horrible the year was. And I'm like, you can't, what is this tonal whiplash to have in one video? Like, it's like, I was like, are we about to mourn the death of Carrie Fisher in this part of the video while also being like, fidget spinners? And I'm like, this is, what the fuck is the tone? You can't do wacky fidget spinners and oh my god, tragedy in the span of like a 3-minute video.
We just found that out, that is 100% what YouTube wants with the Jake Paul thing.
But I can't take,
which was just a tragedy that he laughed at.
What I can't get over is just the fact that it's just like, it's on all of YouTube, period. It is the most work put into something that can't be good.
Yeah,
and like the premise on its own, it's like they're going into it. They're like they know what video they're making.
Yeah,
it's like they know what the script is, or like what the series of scenes
someone's
are
directing this.
Yeah,
and they know that,
that it's like an unwatchable sludge video, and it's so much work with so many people. It's the single biggest cast ever on YouTube videos, and I think every Rewind probably has a bigger cast again.
Yeah,
and it's like fucking like if Rooster Teeth got like 100 people together to make a thing, they'd have a plan or something.
Yeah, but see, YouTube isn't a film company.
They're like, literally the people that run. Like,
yeah,
like, oh my god.
It's like, okay, it's like a good example would be like if Netflix, like if the CEO of Netflix made a movie from Netflix, and arguably you could say like, well, some of those Netflix movies like Death Note seem like you kind of hired the CEO to make them, but the idea is that it's like if you took someone from Netflix, like the guy who approves the shows, and you're like, how about you make a video for Netflix and show off all the good stuff we made? He's like, I'll do it with all the celebrities in those videos. No. And you're like, oh, this was a bad idea.
It does have this shitty like corporate top-down decision feel to it.
Yeah.
Like when a video game is horribly compromised because some guy that's not even vaguely involved in the process just made a call one day and they're like, well, we have to do it that way now.
God has said, fuck, we must do it this way.
I guess this Hitman's going to be episodic. Like that kind of shit happens because some asshole that's so detached from the process just makes a call, and it's like, that's how it's going to happen now.
Yeah.
You guys make the next Mass Effect. The people that are good at it are busy. That shit just fucking happens, and they're like, fuck you.
It's just so weird. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to say that YouTube sucks because it does give people the ability to be.
It's a great platform.
Yeah, it's a great platform.
Just feels like it's run by a random number generator.
I just I just kind of wish someone just made a robot and said, robot, I want you to take down videos that are bad, in which people there's threshold. You figure out what's bad, robot. You decide what's bad. We won't give you morality. And I want to see what that vision of YouTube is.
You shake the magic 8-ball and it's like outlook doubtful.
Yeah. And because like at this point, having humans put morality into a bot is even worse than if you just let a toddler like own YouTube. Because like at least a toddler's gonna go like, that funny, go. And like a robot sitting there like, well, it fills out one of these forms, and one of these forms is really vague, so get rid of that and that and that and that and that. And it's like, but then there's like clearly things that say like, don't touch these, don't touch that, don't touch them, don't touch this. And it's like, well, they fill out this problem that, well, you can't touch them, leave them alone. And it's just like, so what is like, what, I don't know. It's like, what do you want? Do you want more people to create on the channel to make more profit, or do you not want those people there because you also do your damnedest to make sure those people don't ever get seen? And it's like, there are people who upload videos of a dog being cute, and it's like, oh, that's not advertiser friendly. It's like, what does that mean?
Just remember, dead body in Japan, good. Spider-Man shitting down Elsa's neck, bad.
But also good.
But also good. They keep it, but they don't keep it.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's allowed to stay, but they can't show it to children, but it still makes money.
When it comes to the YouTube Kids controversy, I'm confused why, like, if you look at certain YouTube Kids videos, you look at the comment section and it's just drivel, like it's just like random symbols being mashed because it's like people that don't know how to use computers are watching a lot of it.
Yeah.
But like, they're concerned about like whether or not they're going to be exposed to like bad stuff in the comments. And I'm like, why does YouTube Kids have comments? Like, even if the videos have comment sections, why does, like, if you're watching things via YouTube Kids, shouldn't all comments be disabled, like, just not in the interface?
I feel like ratings and comments should be disabled on a kids video.
Like, it should just be the videos.
Yeah, it should just be the video and the option to flag it in case the video is bad.
Like, there should not be a weird, like, I'm so confused by the existence of comment sections.
Because otherwise they have no way to boost that. The comments and the comments and the interaction are what help boost a video to some degree. So if you remove that, then all the toddlers that are going like, fucking spam emojis, enter, like, that's not going to help the video. The video never gets seen. And then, oh no,
even though it's in its own ecosystem anyway. The whole thing makes me sad. But we need to get back to trying.
But it's not.
We need to get back to our timeline.
Because I had to get mirror age restricted. Like, one of my mirrors got age restricted because, like, wait, this is 18 or over content, isn't it? I was like, no, it's for kids. Whatever. Fuck you.
We had to try to get back to our timeline. So you moved in like 2013, and that's when I started doing my own channel and everything. But around this time was also, because of the subreddit, I had just randomly encountered certain people that, we got to go a step back, actually. It's one of my many, like, I'm walking back to my car at the end of a school day journeys where I just discover something has happened with the YouTube channel and I'm an hour away. So it's just like, see how Andrew handles it. Was when we found out that our video of Smash a Seal was taken down by the developers, because you, me, and Joe were hanging out in your apartment at one point and we played Smash a Seal, and it was like whack-a-mole, but really garbagely made. And it was like the mini game from Sunset Riders where you shoot people and everything, but with like weird Cylon penguins for some reason.
Yeah.
And it's just the most embarrassing, dreadful garbage game.
It was clearly someone's project at school. It was terrible. It was bad.
It was on Xbox Live Indie Games, and we called it out on its shit because it was just nothing about it was. It was like unpresentable. Like, it was horrible. And they took it. They did a DMCA takedown on our channel's video, and they were so mad at us, and we were having all these arguments with them, and it was so odd because they just kept claiming that we said untrue things and stuff like that. Yeah, like we were lying about their video somehow. Which I'm like, what? And it's like, I ended up posting it, I think, on the. I don't know if I posted on the subreddit.
You posted
necessarily, on Twitter, but I posted on Twitter, but I also posted it in like the Let's Play subreddit. Like, what's the chat called again? What do you call that type of chat?
The IRC
chat.
Yeah.
I posted the IRC, and that was a whole thing for a while, like just dealing with this whole situation as it developed, and people like, and various people dogpiling to like go after these to go yell at these people for the way they're behaving and stuff like that, because like they're like threatening the ecosystem of how like this is supposed to work by just threatening by penalizing somebody's video for having their game in it and stuff like that. And it was just a stupid mess, and eventually it just got taken back up because we challenged it, and they're like, are you really gonna take this to court? Is this really what's gonna happen now? And they backed off eventually. But it was so, what was actually really oddly cathartic later on is that Jim Sterling had the same problem with the Digital Homicide people, where they would go after their videos and try to get them taken down. And if you listen to the Jim Sterling podcast, where he interviews the guy from Digital Homicide about the whole, like the process, and that guy tries to say what's wrong with what Jim Sterling does, claiming that he's lying and saying all these like really weird irrational things about how Jim Sterling actually presents his videos and stuff, while just refusing to acknowledge that they're like just putting out sludge games and like just the most unexcusable garbage video games, and like just refusing to acknowledge any of that stuff because they're such an artist or something. And they like it's the people that are the worst at making video games that are the most weirdly prideful and defensive about making video games.
Yeah,
like they make the worst stuff and get the most angry about people noticing, even though it's like stuff that's so bad that like my dad that doesn't play video games would be like, what the fuck? like anyone would be like, I feel like
that's not even just video games though. I feel like that's just
it happens with like the movies.
Yeah, it's like art in general.
Yeah, like was it I remember Nostalgia Critic had to put up like a parody video of him dressed up as Tommy Wiseau because Tommy Wiseau took down his review of The Room. Yeah, back in the day before he had embraced that this was like his career now. Yeah, was having made a bad video. Because now there's a whole movie about it. There's a whole movie where, like, in the movie, he acts like that was the plan all along. And I was like, that's some history revisionist bullshit. Yeah, but back in the day, it's like Nostalgia Critic had their video taken down for doing The Room and stuff like that. But it's so cathartic to watch do the Jim Sterling podcast, because it's just on a record this identical insanity, just an insane person talking exactly like the ones that we were talking to about Smash a Seal, which were like these people that like made this garbage video game that what if they are the same person? I don't know. But if they just changed their name and moved on? They could have, because Digital Homicide does that. But like, Smash a Seal was the type of garbage that like somebody would make when they were a particularly incompetent person at a game jam. Yeah, like it was like you and Joe made stuff that had more to it at a game jam before. Yeah, but we also didn't post that stuff on the internet and try selling it to people for money. Experimenting and stuff. Yeah, but not only did they sell it, they had fucking merch for Smash a Seal, because they were so backing on Smash a Seal being like a career changer for them. They had underwire that said like Smash here and stuff like that, and like all these they had like 10 different products for their shitty Flash game that we probably are the only person who ever noticed it on the internet. I think we're the only ones who put I will genuinely check. I can just see like this is their career buildup. They spent they were so like, we're gonna make it rich, you and me, buddy, and we're gonna do this. Was there even any other person? I thought it was just one person. I don't know if there's even other people, but they had the merch on Twitter. They acted like it was for their grand launch. Yeah, they'd always say like we and stuff like that. But they were so hyped up for the big launch, and then it made a garbage, indefensible video game, and then it's like it was. I can imagine the emotional arc for them if they believed in themselves of like why they'd be so mad at us. Probably. Let's see, Smash a Seal. But it was during this that I actually was in the IRC chat, and that's how I met Wanderbot and Bird and stuff like that. And I took a look at Wanderbot's channel. I'm like, hey, you aren't an irritating child that screams all the time, and you have a correct microphone, and like, you know, like that checklist you do of like trying to find someone that's just like a channel that you can deal with. And I was like, hey, you guys want to try making videos sometime? And I went off to do the rock auction for the geology department, because we fund extra stuff by selling donated rocks that are nice collectible type things at an auction. That's basically a charity that supports the geology department. And I get messages from him. Like, I drive home from that, and I'm just like, I'm playing Gmod with them that night. Like total strangers, just confused and alone, and just like trying to like figure out how to mesh with this group of people I've never met before. Like that's where Lost Spider was, and Colors, and Pocket Pack, and Birdcatcher, and Wanderbot, and a few other people are just all in that group from day one. And it's like, I met Birdcatcher and Wanderbot on a whim because I just reached out one day. Yeah. By the way, we are
There are only two other people who made Smash and Smeal videos. They also, one of them was 4 years ago. The other was 8 months ago.
Oh.
So the other person,
someone still found it.
The 8 months ago was probably because the Xbox Live Indie game was shutting down.
Oh.
So they probably went through and were like playing every game that was on Xbox Live Indie games. But ours has the most views.
I'd hope so.
And it only had 100
fought for it.
101.
It just broke 100 views. Oh, this story is going to be watched by more people than that video ever was after we fought.
Well, not anymore. Now they'll go find that video and then watch it.
And then be like, this isn't even a good video.
No, it's not.
Which is like the warning I gave people because there was that hype about like reviving it in the IRC chat. And I'm like, all this is about a video that's not even like good or anything. Like, it's like, yeah. And some of them were like, yeah, I kind of figured stuff like that. And it's like, but on the topic of Wanderbot, it's like, it's worth mentioning that like, if you are making a YouTube channel, you want to collaborate with people and stuff like that, your YouTube channel is your resume.
Yes.
Like, every YouTuber that's even vaguely smart about this, if you reach out to them, is going to look at your YouTube channel. And people will expect different things. Some people are like, there are cynical people out there that will only collaborate with somebody that's like larger than them in an attempt to like grow off of them or something like that. That's a whole different category.
Those are the people you get comments about and stuff all the time where it's like, I liked your video, come watch my video and like and subscribe.
But like, there's a lot of people though that will just only, it's more like they're looking at your channel for quality. And like they're trying to tell that you're doing this right. So like if you have like a bunch of garbage thumbnails and you upload like one, like, and you like, you're clearly like unmotivated because you're like one of the, like a lot of people will like upload 3 videos, then go away for 2 months, then upload 5 videos, then go away for a month. And like, they just like, they're clearly like super unmotivated and barely engaged in this whole thing. Like then that, like an upload schedule that's inconsistent is like another red flag. And on top of like garbage thumbnails or no thumbnails, then you look at the videos themselves finally, like after penetrating through like several layers of like looking at their banner and stuff like that, you finally go and look at their actual videos. Like, and if you finally have made it this far, now you can look at like, is their video quality all right? Is their microphone right? Do they know how to balance audio and video? Yeah. What kind of... You go
through the steps, basically. You're like, have you made the mistakes I have? Have you fixed the mistakes I have?
Does their voice hurt me when I listen to it?
Yeah,
because of their real voice or because their microphone or because they're 8? Because a lot of... like people reach out to you and then you look at the channel and you realize they're an 8-year-old. I'm like, no. I'm not collaborating with somebody a fourth of my age. I'm not doing this. For 100 reasons, really.
Yeah.
But most like, we're not going to have like a fucking like a rapport. Or like, look at this fucking comedy chemistry we got here. He knows some words.
He knows some words.
Because a lot of people are just 8-year-olds on Minecraft, and then they're like, "Can we do a collaborate?" I'm like, "You didn't think this one through, but it's fine. I'm just going to not respond."
Keith out there ignoring all the children.
It's the same thing to do most of the
time. Kids, if you want to play with Keith, your hopes are dashed. He will not do it with you.
And so then, like, you need to have a good channel before you try to ask other people to collaborate with you. And I'm not saying you have to be successful. I'm just saying you got to know what you're doing and clearly have your shit figured out. Get through all those stages first before you start bugging other people. Just because otherwise you're just giving them the awkward situation of having to like decline or avoid responding to this message. And they don't really want to explain to you why they don't want to collaborate with you, because like that's a whole like conflict that people don't like
that's
dealing
the last thing people want to deal with.
To explain what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
But like if you have an unpresentable channel, just you figure your own shit out first. And also it is a good idea to try to find channels that are like around your size and around your stage of development, so that you can sort of grow together and learn together. And also because there are other people that probably don't have a network already. Like a problem I have is when people reach towards me sometimes, I'm like, I got I already got my list of people that I do shit with.
I already have enough people.
It's like I have moments of like, it'd be kind of nice to get another person on this couch or something like that for some of the indie game stuff. So it's like, we call it Marty and things like that. But like, I'm like, I got a fucking podcast. I got a D&D group. I've got like for a while there, I was doing like Divinity twice a week. And I'm like, at some point, so many days are accounted for. It's like, I can't just add experimental random people to my schedule. I got a work schedule to go. Like there's depending on how involved people are, there's just a lot of reasons why they wouldn't want to collaborate. So it's really good to like start earlier. Like I when I found Wanderbot, both of our channels had less than 1,000 subscribers. Like
really?
Yeah. I think he might have crazy. I think he had less than 200.
Yeah, I think Sad was the one that had the most subscribers.
Well, yeah, because it's been around for like 3 years at that point. Yeah, Wanderbot, when I found him, he was doing a Let's Play of Psychonauts and Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, where, like, most of his videos he was uploading, and he was already uploading, like, 4, 5, 6 a day, even back then, which seemed crazy, seemed impossible back then, but nowadays it's, like, what we all do. And, like, most of the videos had no views. And I don't mean, like, conceptually no views, like, wow, look how few views. I mean, like, it literally would say the words, no views.
Really?
He was uploading videos all day that weren't getting views.
That literally got
period.
no views.
And I'm like, I look at this guy. I'm like, this guy's fucking dedicated. Like that's a bad and it's a good and a bad thing to see, right? Because like one, it's good for me and bad for him to see that basically, and that the good part applies to me and the bad part applies to him, and that the good part is this guy's dedicated and he's got the proper microphone. He's got all the things I want for someone that I'd want to reach out to. It's bad for him because he's got to figure his fucking tags out and figure out about like playing games that are even slightly relevant, because he's playing Kingdoms of Amalur in 2013. I'm like, what do you? Okay, sure. And Psychonauts, and like that was how he was trying to grow his channel, because the hardest thing about doing a YouTube channel, besides the part where you commit to it and keep yourself going and all those other things, is reaching.
Or being relevant, I guess.
Starting your audience.
Yeah.
Because like right now, like this is something you're kind of dealing with right now too.
I still don't know.
Yeah,
no fucking idea.
Because we kind of had an audience for a while on SAD, but then I went off to do my own thing, and like more like you moved back here, but then I got my job and moved there. Yeah, and you had a hiatus for like 6 months or something because of family issues you did, and life problems. Yeah, and then you come back and you're like, fuck, people are just gone. Because a problem with Let's Plays is that you fit into their schedule. Yeah, like it's a time.
So it's like a TV show. Yeah, every Wednesday tune in for this thing. Yeah,
you get a rhythm down. Like Donkey makes one video a week and it's like 5 minutes long, and you get to it. Yeah, it's like it's whatever, you can fit it in anywhere.
I'm envious of that.
But you're watching like a Let's Play channel, and they make like they want you to watch like an hour of stuff a day, or like half an hour a day, or 15 minutes a day. No matter what the time cost is, like the daily stuff, like. Consistency gets super important because you get into their regular schedule. Yeah, people work you into the schedule, and if you disappear, then it's like they usually fill that schedule with something else.
They just move on.
And there's like a resistance built into the idea of slipping you back in, because you'd have to replace something else that they've already replaced you with, essentially. And it's like that's a brutal thing to deal with.
And it sucks because like I'm still in that stage is where at first I thought maybe it was visual novels, but it wasn't all visual novels. It's just only a few.
But now, you have some visual novels doing well, and then it's penalizing your channel and like threatening to take it down.
Everything is just like I feel like everything about the channel is kind of just I don't know. It's
so weird to figure out.
I hate that channel. I'll be genuinely honest. I fucking hate Sad Games because it's a culmination of like long-term mistakes and like weird things we tried and a bunch of hiatuses and like weird. It's just
it's a weird battered history. It's like it's this weird old car.
It's a lie. Like that's the thing I hate about it. Yeah, the channel is a fucking lie, and that's what I hate about it. Because like it says, you look at the channel, it says it has 11,000 subscribers. You say, what? It's pretty damn good. No, those people don't exist. Those are not. That's not real.
They're all here for Tokyo Jungle. They're here. When are you gonna play Tokyo Jungle?
When I die. I'll play it in hell, because that's where I'm going, baby. But it's like I look at it as like, for one, no one watches the videos. Like genuinely, no one watches any of the videos I do. Basically, I get some views,
and like that's like the hardest thing to answer when people ask about that. Yeah, is how do you get started? It's like,
I don't know.
Something takes off eventually.
I have no idea.
Or it doesn't.
Like, yeah, I don't know why someone would watch a donkey video. Genuinely, because like some people might find it funny. Some people might get really annoyed. But a lot of people just want to watch Donkey. Like, same with John Tron. People are like, when's your next video? It's like, some people hate the damn guy, but some people love it so much that it's like a damn like crisis of faith when it doesn't come out every month.
Like, I had no one watching my videos for like almost a year practically, I want to say. And then I uploaded, Dark Souls 2 started. Dark Souls 2 came out and I uploaded Dark Souls 2, and suddenly I had like a modest following. Where like still like most videos didn't even have like a single comment on them and stuff like that, and it was like it's still minor, but it was like there's some following. This video's kind of trend. Now I have an influx of people, and then you can and then once you get some movement, then there's the panic mode, because because then you're like, fuck, how do I capitalize on this?
How do I keep these people?
So that, so I was like, I need to play games that are like Dark Souls or like games that have like action RPGs with lock on or something like that. I was like, let's try playing Bound by Flame, like just anything that seems Dark Souls ish.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing New Game Plus of Dark Souls 2, and then Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin comes out, and Bloodborne comes out, and that's like my big spike. And it's like, I'm just trying, because I'm just like, okay, some people are watching me. I need to keep them watching me every day for a while in order to get some momentum. And like, getting that initial spike is like lightning in a bottle random bullshit.
Yeah.
And then keeping that is like just a weird mad gamble.
It's like playing roulette.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, you spin the wheel and you like, all on this game, and you just hope it runs.
It feels like you're tricking people to watch you, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, how do I get these people to keep watching? Like it's like when Tokyo Jungle was doing well, and we were like, what if we play that fucking like weird wolf game?
Yeah.
Where you play as a pack of wolves, and it's like a weird social
story.
network. And we're like, let's look at
Or
Furtopia or
Wolf-like.
Furcadia or whatever it's called. And it's like, let's look.
Yeah.
We're like, how the fuck do we get these fucking Tokyo Jungle?
It was just
people to keep watching
Nekojishi
our
all
videos?
along, Keith. We just needed that.
You just try to, one thing goes well, like that's what happens. You played one visual novel that went weirdly well on your channel. You're like,
High School Romance.
You're like, I guess I'll play more.
Yeah, and I did, and it didn't go well.
No.
And so I was just kind of like, I'll just put those, I'll have like one I'll play.
It's just a weird gamble you go for. But then,
I don't, yeah.
And if you're a lucky person, then first of all, maybe it's super lucky and you just become a big YouTuber overnight, which very occasionally happens, but honestly usually is not the case.
Yeah.
Or you get like a story like me or Wanderbot, or Kernel RPG and a few of these other people were like, just over time, they just realize, they look back behind them and like, I've come this far apparently. Or they realize like they have this many subscribers and like all their videos have like X number of like likes and comments, and then you launch a Patreon and then you're making money. You're like, fuck, it worked.
Yeah.
And like some of it you know why it happened, and some of it some of it's like survivor bias, where it's like it worked for you, and so all you can do is say what happened to you, and if you have to be careful how much you recommend parts of what you did, because you don't know if you actually did the right thing to succeed, or if you just did stuff and succeeded and the two were independent of each other.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I think you should always, in terms of advice you should take from YouTube, is just make things. Keep making things, and if things do well, keep making things.
Yeah.
Just don't stop making things, because if they suck, they suck. But don't just keep making.
But you always got to be, but always everything in moderation, everything careful, and always be thoughtful about all the processes here. Like I love Down Avidan, but I hate how he's like, follow your dreams. Look what I did. It's like, weren't you like practically a vagrant for like 20 years? And then out of nowhere, you just kind of latched onto somebody else that was already had a thing going on. And then all of your shit, then everything worked out perfectly for you. It's like, it's great that it happened. But like the reasons that stuff works for different people is like, so like,
I mean, yeah, like, it's the same with like,
be so selective about what to count as why.
I mean, that's the same way for a lot of successful people though. It's like, you just happen to, you happen to have one or two viral videos, or you happen to know a person who's really popular already, or
a video gets
or video
the
just
algorithm
gets,
like your suggested video. Like as far as I can tell, one of the biggest reasons that I did well with The Witness,
because it was suggested.
Yeah, like yes, there's the thing where like I've noticed that I can get a lot of audience growth from niche stuff.
Yeah,
like just stuff that people are less likely to play. Like two of my biggest things ever: Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin and Wasteland 2 Director's Cut, which are like weird second versions of games where like a lot of people will like, well, I already let's play the first one, I'm not gonna fucking let's play the second version of the game. Like, that's, do you know how long Wasteland takes to play? So like I was like the top search result, and suddenly like Brian Fargo's tweeting my let's play, and I'm like, the guy that made fucking Wasteland and Fallout in the first place is tweeting my Wasteland let's play. What the fuck is happening? It's like, because I'm like the the only one there is, basically. And what was the fuck I had like and The Witness, it's like The Witness is like, for the longest time we talked about puzzle games as being like the thing you don't let's play. Yeah. Because it's like, it's just this infuriating thing where the audience just knows the answer already half the time, and they're just mad at you for not getting it, and you get stuck in the video, and like there's so many reasons why it's unfilmable. Yeah. And so much of my recent history has been me trying to figure out how to make them filmable, which is a headache on its own, because people are like, if you make any cuts anywhere, people accuse you of cheating and shit like that.
Yes,
I'm like,
they do.
I'm trying to make the video watchable because I was stuck doing fucking lights out for 30 minutes, and you don't want to watch that, do you? It's like, that happened to me in Mist 4 just now.
Really?
There's a part in light there because it's the Ubisoft one, so it's shittier. There's a genuine lights out part, but it's like a full checkerboard of lights out.
Oh, good.
And it's just insufferable. And it's like there's lasers on specific ones saying to light those ones up. So you have to and you're like doing a fucking like flower pattern of toggling them until it gets in there. I'm like, I was there for 20 minutes, and I'm like, I gotta edit this down. And people think you're cheating, and I'm like, I'm trying to make an entertaining video out of like the inherently like almost unfilmable genre.
Yeah.
But like Achievement Hunter did a let's try of, or whatever, let's watch or whatever the fuck they call them, of The Witness. And basically the whole video was just Ryan trying to solve stuff while everyone else is just yelling at him. And especially like just Jack's just railing on him the entire time, just being insufferable so he can't think. And their takeaway was like, this game's bullshit anyway, this game sucks and all that stuff. But right there on the top of the sidebar is my video. and I even commented on the Achievement Hunter video in one moment, like not talking shit or anything, but just mentioning it. Yeah. And because I was baiting for responses, and people acknowledge that they got there from the Achievement Hunter video. It's like, I don't control this.
Yeah.
Like that's The Witness is part of the reason why I was able to go full time on YouTube, like in a noticeable way. And I didn't fucking control that. Just the fucking cards land that way.
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
That's the thing. I experienced that first fucking hand on Witness. Was people just like, you're cheating? It's like, look, man, I am somewhat. Which is terrible.
Why didn't you like intentionally upload like an unedited version for that reason?
No,
like fucking here you get. Yeah. Here's the unedited mega version where nothing fucking happens for half an hour.
And it was literally me just like ranting for so long about being so
the random parts, and it was just every part of it was super quotable, like that one like machine generated Harry Potter novel. Like it was just, you're just saying words.
I think at some point I said like wolves in Vietnam had herpes and were giving
just reminds me of like Ron was going to be spiders, he just was. And I'm like, what?
And then that was my proof. I was like, look, I'm not cheating, isn't it obvious?
They shouted the password, beef women. Have you seen that? It's amazing.
And I did that, and people were like upset. I was like, well, why are you so salty? What do you want? So I'm not supposed to be an asshole to everyone who's being an asshole to me, but I'm also not supposed to edit the videos. So like,
which gets to one of the fun Let's Player conundrums of like, you'll get to these problems where you're making a video and there's a binary choice to be made. It's like, do I keep all of this in? Yeah. Or do I edit the stuff out to make it watchable? Or do I like make this decision in a game or that decision in a game? Like just, there are so many things about from gameplay to editing to commentary style to like the issue of like, do you talk during cutscenes or not during cutscenes? Like these are all binary choices where you have to pick one and only do that one of the two options.
Yeah.
And people are always mad about whichever one you pick, and you always hear about those people that are mad.
It's just,
you don't even know how many of those choices there are until you start doing this, and you're just in it, and you're like, fuck, like there's so much like pressure in every direction.
True RPG at its core. It's just frustrating. I hate that shit because there are other games I could play. Like I played The Room. I didn't have to edit shit. Just throw things around. I did it. Okay, let's move on. And those episodes weren't long.
Our brains are so different for puzzles.
Yeah.
There's games that you play that you just burn through instantly, and I'm like, what the fuck?
But then
you played The Witness and you can't beat the tutorial. I'm like,
yeah. Like
I'm like, Andrew, come on.
And that's the thing. Like I genuinely don't. There's like a part of my brain that goes like, what kind of game is this? Is it this kind of game or the game that we despise the genre of? And it's like, well, it's a little bit more like well, shut it all down. And then like my brain just goes like, my brain's like, I won't find a single solution out of stubbornness. And it's like, well, I guess I'll just struggle. Yep. I was playing Dishonored and I was sitting there and I was like, I don't know where I could even. I was like looking around for a key combination to get into like a back door for a place.
The good things about Dishonored is usually there's like 17 solutions at the very least.
Yeah, but there's a key to a back door for a black market, and I really wanted this stuff in there. And I was like, I was like thinking, I really wanted it. And so I was like, okay, so I scoured the entire area. I was like, where the fuck is the note for this? It's like, you know what? Fuck this. I don't give a shit. It's 3 numbers. It opened, and I was like, I walked right in, I shot the person, and then I was like, all right, so now I want to know because at the end of the mission, it says like, congratulations, you got into that lock, case. And I went, so you figured out that was the black market person's birthday. How the fuck do I talk to them? Ask them, hey, when's your birthday coming up?
No,
I was so taken
I
aback.
might be able to remember that one. I think that upstairs, I think they lived upstairs. Like, you could find their apartment upstairs, and they even had like a calendar and notes and things like that. Like that end up being like the combination.
I was
and,
like,
if you guess it, you're right.
I was so mad that I started doing that for every lock, and almost every lock I opened by just randomly pressing. And I was like, I am done.
That seems statistically improbable.
I thought so too. The second time it happened, I was like, "Holy shit, I'm a magician!"
Oh
I was like,
that reminds me when we played an escape room that was pirate themed, and like somebody brute forced a lock, and I'm like, we're like,
I guess we did.
It's like fuck, because like we don't know
what puzzle that was a part of.
Like, we don't know like that was the solution for something, and now we're like, now that the whole order of operations for how to solve an escape room is fucked because that guy like brute forced a lock. I'm like, what did you do? No, everything's fucked now.
But in a genuine situation, that's a really amazing skill to have. Like if you're genuinely locked in a room, you're like, awesome, you got the thing open. We didn't have to try. But like when you're trying to figure out a puzzle, it's like, huh? Like, this, I don't know. It just, it frustrates me because then I'll see, I don't know how that stuff works. Like it's, your brain just does, and some people can't. Like you'll see some people try doing Let's Plays and they just can't do it.
Like,
their brains just
can't
don't
figure out how to like talk and play
their
and
brains
like
just
that.
can't play. And mine's like that. I can't play games for shit when I'm talking. If I'm not talking, I am an amazing gamer, which is why
it fucks with your focus in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's interesting because like you can just watch. Like there's the backseat gamer experience of Let's Playing, which is so apparent. Like I'll watch because I still watch Game Grumps all the time.
Yeah,
and like I'll see like Aaron playing like Dead Rising 1 or 2 or something, and I think it was 1, and he's like up by like where the clown boss fight was and stuff like that, up on the railing, and he's like getting ready to go on a ride or something.
Yeah,
and just like off in the distance you just see 2 health bars just dying. And he just no comment, no acknowledgement. Like it's just on the screen for a while, and but it's just not in the middle. And it's like, there's just some people dying over there. This game about like saving people, and it's like they're talking about Dan's vacation or something. I mean, it's like it's so there's so many moments where like on one hand you as the Let's Player are distracted, and it's way harder to play the game and talk, and also like you're not just playing the game mindlessly, you're also trying to like always
be entertaining.
Yeah, like you're trying to play the game in a way that you don't normally play video games, which is that a Let's Player generally is trying to move forward in some way, because people get impatient and frustrated when you're just sitting there. Yeah, and also the Let's Play will be 5,000 years long anyway. Where it's like, there's all these moments in RPGs where it's like I could carefully analyze every single possible skill choice I could pick and optimize every piece of gear and carefully read through every item that this merchant's selling, and I could be here for 2 hours and never leave this room.
And some people want that,
and it's like they don't want that as the thing. But they're full of shit. Well, they want you to make better choices by magically knowing all this stuff without actually putting the time to actually find the information.
I mean, they want you to do that, but on your own time, and then come back and do it really short for them.
Like, it's the paradox where like they want, because like they'll call you out on every mistake or anything that ever goes wrong in the video, but they don't actually. Nobody wants to watch you sit there and like scroll down a list of fucking vendor items for like 3 hours.
No, absolutely not.
It's just that they don't get the difference, and there's also the additional level of like when you're watching a Let's Play, you are so unengaged, like your mind is so free, because you're not having to play the game, that it's so easy to pick up on so much stuff that the person wouldn't be able to, because you're fucking like zoning out and like looking at the flowers and shit like that and taking all these weird details. Like there's all these moments where people are like, I can't believe we didn't talk about the music and stuff like that. I'm like, fucking first of all, I'm making voice sounds over the music, so like I'm a little fucking preoccupied, but it's like people are like, Leo, look at the music, or look at that tiny interface element in the corner of the screen. And it's like, I missed it because I was fighting a boss. Yeah. And stuff like that. And it's like, it's really apparent to you. It's really apparent to me watching the footage because I can see it because I'm not playing a video game.
But I'm not doing a Let's Play of myself editing my Let's Play, so I can't comment on it right now.
Like in Dark Souls 3, I encountered an enemy that looked, I encountered an NPC that looked identical to an enemy. Much like what happened to you in Dark Souls 1. And I attacked him. And people are like, can't you see the press X to talk button on the bottom of the screen? It's like, I think I'm, in my head, I'm like, in the moment, I think I'm fighting a dude. you think I'm looking at the bottom of the screen right now? I think he's going to fight me.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't look at that part of the screen right now, and that's I experienced that playing with you, because you'd be fucking running around and there'd be a fucking like item notification on the screen for like 30 seconds, and I'm like, press X. I'm like, do I call him out on it? Do I tell him to press X? Because like you'll be running around, it's like, you got a humanity 2 hours ago, and it's just sitting there on the screen. I'm like, is he gonna press X eventually? Because it's just staying there.
I mean, it's just it's just like Let's Playing blindness.
Yeah,
it's just, that's all it is like you're so caught up or wrapped up in doing a certain thing and saying things and being entertaining. I do that so often where
it's why I don't call people out for it, because I'm just like, let's just fucking have fun. These videos are supposed to be fun. It's fine.
Honestly, I've returned to like doing a lot of just Dead Space, doing a lot of like dead zones and videos where I'm not talking and I'm just playing the game, because it's like I'll get so mad. Then it's like, okay, well then people are just going to be all upset at me and be like, you suck and you're not playing it right. And I'm like, fine, then I'll just not say anything. I'll play it correctly and then move on. And isn't that what you want?
You're having that experience with you had that with Dark Souls, you had it with the Cuphead and stuff like that. It's like, I'm just playing it in a vacuum, which is the normal video game situation. Like,
like with the dragon, where I was just like,
I beat the dragon.
Yeah, it's done. Or same with like, especially with dice, where I was like, I love that. It's over. We're done with it. Move on.
When we say the dragon, we could mean anything with those two games.
Yeah. But but like with those kind of games, if I
gotta get back to this timeline again.
How long has it been?
We're gonna beat it through. It doesn't matter. We're gonna finish this topic.
It's a long timeline.
This is probably gonna be an irregularly long podcast for this series.
True.
Because I don't know if they'll be. We don't know yet. This could be like a fucking Cox and Crender, Anthony Carboni, like 40-minute podcast every week. Or it could be like a fucking like Giant Bomb best friends play or off topic like 3.5 hour bonanza every week.
Bonanza.
Yeah. This might be a weekly podcast. It might be a monthly podcast. It might be the only episode ever. Fucking, we're kind of just testing it out and playing it out. I just realized that like we would like, especially when Joe was around too, like we finished recording at like 10. And then we just sit there and talk until like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like, fuck, I gotta go home because I'm gonna like be miserable if I don't just leave now. Like, there's so many moments where I'm like, we could just record this shit. Why don't we have a podcast? We started, this whole thing started with a podcast, so we don't have a podcast.
Yeah.
We might as well just fucking record this shit since we apparently can just keep going. We didn't even have topics today. I was just like, probably just talk about like OG sad games. I'm gonna call this I'm gonna call this podcast Sit and Discuss. It is a callback. And then be like, I'll probably talk about that, right? And that's like not even close to finishing. We're close to finishing.
So you met Wander. So you worked with Wander.
There's not a lot of story to tell there necessarily, because it's just like we just went off to do Let's Plays and stuff.
And then Keith invited a stranger to his home. We
collaborate periodically. Oh yeah, that happened. Oh, you're right. We should talk about that. That's sooner in the timeline than me getting the job and everything. So it's the next thing up, basically. After about a year after I met Wanderbot, he was getting a job. He was trying to get a job in Bay Area for like being a game tester or something.
Yeah, he's applying for. He was doing an interview for a job.
Yeah,
specifically.
And retroactively, it really I think he came to the feeling that like maybe those people were like basically pretending to hire people just so they can get like game testing done like in a crunch period, and then they maybe didn't hire any of them, and they were just using their work. And it's like, that's fucked up. I think he was paid a little bit for it or something, but yeah, like he came all the way to California and like stayed in my house for like a week or something, or a few days. Surprised you at one point by just bringing him by without announcing that he was even around, but it wasn't that surprising. She's like, whatever. Hey, Wander, guy from other state I'll never see again and haven't seen before. Fucking, isn't this surprising? Yeah, it was actually like the 1 hour. Not 1 hour, like the 1 year anniversary ish of my Demon Souls playthrough. So we did a co-op Demon Souls playthrough where we traded off every boss or something like that. So like Wander was staying at my house. This is back when Grimrock 2 was happening.
Because that was also Tokyo Jungle was happening, because he came and played an episode of Tokyo Jungle.
That's when Tokyo Jungle was dying.
Yes,
he came by for one of our last episodes of Tokyo Jungle.
Yeah.
Which, that was a weird day, because I was like, we're making a video, right? Because Wander was like behaving strangely in that like he died in the game and he wanted me to just kill myself, and I'm like, but we're making a video and like I shouldn't finish the video, right? Like there was like a miscommunication there, and I thought he understood that, and it was like
it's just a go until you die kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a weird dynamic to be like, oh, he wants me to kill myself, but it's like, but then the video ends with me just giving up, which is like,
just not how Tokyo Jungle works at all. It's always just a keep going.
That's actually a weirdly important timeline because Grimrock 2 was the moment I realized I could record puzzle games. Because Legend of Grimrock 2, much like Legend of Grimrock 1, is like this puzzle-heavy dungeon crawler RPG adventure game.
Yeah.
But the combat is like kind of just there. It's engaging. They have their own weird remix thing where you're kind of dodging around attacks while they're happening in real time and stuff like that. But the parts where you're fighting hidden switches and you're doing pressure plate puzzles and stuff like that is like the core of the game of what's interesting about it is exploring and doing puzzles. And so many people were into that part that I was like, should I just try recording puzzle games?
And it worked.
So I tried Talos Principle and stuff like that. And it's like, oh fuck, this is like a thing. And like that's like my channel now is like I do like
RPGs and puzzles.
Yeah, I've got RPGs and puzzle games. I have a puzzle game like slot now, and like that all happened because of Grimrock, which I was playing when Wander visited my house. Like that was the timing of it. It's weird to think about it in that element and everything.
God, wish I could figure that out.
But we going forward a little bit in time. We're reaching like the end of 2013 is when I made my channel. This is probably like 20. Is it 15? I have more trouble remembering the job stuff a little bit, but I got a job finally after having graduated.
I think it was 2015.
I graduated with a bachelor's degree in geology, and I spent like a year job hunting, and just shit all was happening.
Yeah,
and so like I was pretty fucking available for making videos at that time. But then I go out, and conveniently, I think you had moved back in town at that point too. So it was like we were just cranking out videos for a few months there. But then I got my job, and I had to move back to where you had just moved from, and I'm like, fuck. So I got my job at the water board, and it's a full-time fucking job, and I'm like busy all the time and working in the cubicle and just getting depressed and shit because it's miserable.
Also waterboarding, a lot of waterboarding.
But meanwhile, my YouTube channel is like taking off, kind of.
Yeah.
Because like that's when Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, and Bloodborne happens, and I'm making like 10 videos a day. Like I go home from school and I'm just like fucking videos, because like I was doing 2 videos a day of just Dark Souls and 2 videos a day of just Bloodborne. Like I was doing the double dipping thing to try to make it work better and everything because there's such high demand for them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm losing my mind a little bit here. Like I'm just
a lot of work.
I'm doing so much. I'm just working all the time in one location or the other. I was going home during my lunch break to like
upload videos.
To manage the uploads or set thumbnails and do different things, because like the upload process takes time, and you can only set the thumbnail and details. Well, you only set the thumbnail for the video that's currently uploading, and you can queue up other ones, but you can only do the thumbnail for the current one and stuff like that. Whole mess is happening. And it's like, I would have to, if I want to maintain my schedule on a regular basis, I would actually go and I would go home during lunch to finish doing my other job, basically. And this is a nightmare because at that point, like YouTube as a whole was like making me like, I don't know, maybe like $80 a month or something. Like it was like,
it was nothing.
It was no longer literally negligible, but it was not like an income.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, that can buy a game a month. So it can self-pay basically. So it's like, I was trapped in this thing where like you're getting the momentum that I'm talking about here, where like your channel's working, but like you gotta juggle that with your fucking life.
Yeah, you gotta juggle that with life.
It's a nightmare. I was so fucking busy that I remember like I was finally like, I have to pick a side, more or less. Like I have to figure out how my income's gonna work and stuff like that. And like, so like YouTube has to pay its own, has to pull its own weight here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so I have the idea to start the Patreon. And I remember that night I couldn't fucking sleep. Like I think I eventually gave up and just took like medication or something like a ZQL just to like force sleep because I was so nervous. Because I think what I did is I announced the Patreon, and then I think I just went to bed because like I was like, I can't watch it. I have to just go away because I was so like uncomfortable with this idea of like asking for money.
Yeah,
because I'm just asking my audience.
I remember we tried.
Give me money.
I considered that. I think we talked about that before with SAG Games. You're like, no, that's not. I don't want to ask you for money, and I was like, all right.
It feels weird, but also and I had different strategies at different times. Like I had the idea of like I refused to monetize the videos on my channel until I had 1,000 subs. Because I was figuring like before 1,000 subscribers, I figure every single ad that plays is like a potential deflection away. Like somebody might just the video's not worth it because an ad's playing.
Yeah.
So and at that point you're making negligible money anyway. So I was like, let's not do any ads until I have 1,000 subs. Then when I hit like, I don't know, 4 or 5, whatever the hell it was, when I was like when I was working constantly and everything, I was like, I need like this thing has to be a revenue source of some kind, or I have to downsize it. Like you have to pick a side. It either has to become part of my livelihood, or it has to be something that I've just massively reduced. And like, so like essentially there's 2 periods of time where I was like in prime like quitting mode, and where my channel was saved by outside people. And we actually didn't talk about this really, but during the Dark Souls thing, there was that period where I was like, Let's Plays are fucking dumb. I just want to play the game.
Yeah.
And like the fact that it was fun to make videos together is the only reason either of us kept going.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So that was the first quitting mode where we saved each other's channels essentially. And then there's the second moment of quitting where my channel was collectively saved by my own audience.
Yeah.
Because they stepped up on the Patreon
that turned out really well.
Yeah. Like I don't like videos end with an end slate about Patreon. So like it's out there and it's in the descriptions and everything, but like I don't do constant Patreon charity drives or anything.
Yeah.
Like I don't like
You don't start the beginning of your videos like, hey, welcome to Sebastian Just Be. Hit that like button. Make sure to comment, donate to my Patreon, buy my merch.
Like I'm not relentless about the Patreon stuff, and yet it's been shockingly successful.
Yeah.
Like I have a larger Patreon than people that are like sometimes 10 times my size on YouTube and things like that. And it's like fucking, well, this changed my life.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was right to be nervous about this because this is sort of like apparently one of the most important things I've ever done was starting a Patreon.
I mean, mine's like that too, where I never talk about the Patreon. I just say everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else, because I don't want to, I feel like if I say it at the end of the video, it almost feels...
It's all weird and uncomfortable.
It feels really scummy. But like every time I mention it...
because reasons.
Every time I mention it during like a channel update, then I'll see people... Like a couple of people will donate to it, and I'm like, so like, is it because I'm not saying anything that people don't know it exists, or are they donating now just because they like?
I think when I made my Patreon, I think it has an opening line of like monetization is like a harsh reality of content creation or something. Like it just has to happen. Like it was a very real need that I needed to generate money, or the channel was like. It was just gonna not exist, at least in that form. Like maybe I'd be one of those hobby people that like a couple times a month I throw up a video because I feel like it here and there. Or like Storm Dane Productions is a channel that I like, but like they clearly have a family and a job, and like they put up like a one little review video like every 6 months or so, and
it's fine
because that's what they got time for.
Yeah,
like my channel would not be doing what it is right now without Patreon, because I would have to, for the sake of my own sanity, just focus on my job and then have like empty space like lifetime in that vacuum otherwise, because having 2 is just insane. It's that's one of the reasons it's like just a dog licking itself in center frame.
It's fine. You know what? I already have a dildo. I have a dog licking its dick.
This is a fantastic video program, and if you look out front, you can see the security cams of all around Andrew's house.
It's just completely naked people. So YouTube, please take down this video. It is not age appropriate. Give me that 3rd strike, baby. I want to go home. Yeah, it's terrible to it's so bad to work and do YouTube at the same time, especially when I think especially because there's that part of you that doesn't want to give up. Like, you put so much effort into something, you never want to just throw it away.
Yeah, the sunk cost fallacy, where you're like, I'm already in this thing, I got to keep going, right?
Yeah, and I tell myself that every day, where it's like, I've sunk so much money into it, there's no reason to throw it away. I've sunk so much time into it.
And also, like, you like doing it. Like, and you like being somebody that does it. So, like, on some level, there's, like, a party that's like, I don't want to lose that part of my life. Like, not even just the part where, like, I've done so much and I don't want to make it not be all be for nothing, but also like I don't want to just say goodbye to doing that.
Yeah, like there are moments that I enjoy.
The logistical part of doing it is like
yeah, and like I mean genuinely, if it was up to me, I would not have if I had the choice, like with forethought, knew how the world was going, I would have never done Let's Plays. I would have chosen probably to do anime and manga review. That would probably be the thing I would have chosen to do.
One of the internet otakus.
Yeah, that would be...
You can still do it. You can still just start uploading them one day.
Oh my god, that's the last thing I need is
just say fuck you to all identity on this channel.
That's the thing, I don't have identity, and I don't want to
What if that's the thing that works? Donkey used to be a League of Legends video maker, remember?
Yeah. I mean, I thought about doing Donkey videos too, where it's just like, I'm just
Was it like StarCraft Husky, I want to say?
Yeah.
Like, just had to change his name to Husky because he doesn't do StarCraft anymore. It's like, whoopsie.
Yeah. That's the thing, is like, I don't know what the channel's identity is. It's the place where Andrew gets mad publicly. Like that's the channel idea.
I would say that if nothing in particular is working, like if there's something you want to do, just go for it.
I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at getting words out. I couldn't review shit. Like I try to do that kind of stuff. I try to think of
like the fun thing is you can always go back to those early experimentations of sad games of just like doing whatever and throwing shit at the wall and seeing how people respond to different things and just going for it.
I mean,
you got more audience than you did back then.
I do,
for
and
experimenting.
I try. I throw like I think the worst part is I don't know what it is people want, and I don't know how to get the people that do want it to see it. Because
that's everyone's problem.
Yeah, and because like I'm sitting here and it's like, all right, well, I'm playing all these games that people they're popular, they're brand new, and some of the games are just like, I don't ever want to watch these again. And it's like, okay, well,
if you're watching this on my channel and you like this asshole over here, then he's got a channel, by the way.
But that's the thing.
Just exist in my videos.
It's just like it's a weird thing because like,
which then you get the issue of like people that are just watching your channel to see videos that I'm in, because there's videos that are on your channel that have never been on my channel, like
Salt and Sanctuary or Dark Souls.
Sanctuary and Dark Souls are both on your channel. And I have plans.
Yeah,
but they didn't fit the schedule at the time, and I was like, I want to, and I also want them to get done, so I know that I won't just stop midway through. And those are just on your channel.
But like what like that. But that's the problem though. Is like that's why in the back of my head all those years ago, that's why I wanted to keep it a co-op channel. Because if I go in and I'm like, this is my personal channel too, then people that are there because they only want the co-op stuff are like, well, shut up, Andrew. I don't want to watch your shit.
You got the struggle of like people wanting to watch different pieces of content differently, like, and you don't know how they'll respond to the variety.
Yeah,
like the podcasts usually do okay on my channel, but they didn't do so well on Wander's channel, for example. Whereas like D&D does pretty well on his channel, but does surprisingly not great on my channel, despite the fact that like Twilight Imperium does well on my channel. And it's like you just don't know what the fuck's gonna happen when you do the diversity content. It just surprises.
It surprises people. It honestly, like that's I talked with people. I've talked with so many people about it. Surprisingly. And like one of the things, one of like the offers I've been proposed was why not just do stupid skits? Like just do Game Grumps style stupid skits when they're trying to sell their merch. Because there are genuinely
like
times
the vines you do.
Yeah, and they're generally like I made that video that I posted in the Discord of me going into the attic and checking what the rat was. And like, there's genuine moments where you could
have posted that stuff to YouTube if you wanted to.
It is on YouTube.
Yeah, but not publicly.
No, not publicly.
No, it's a secret video that only I've seen.
Yeah, and I have another video that I've recorded of me actually fixing my attic.
It's like my brother's dog videos on my channel that are just like secret links.
Except gross.
Except gross.
Because they're rats. But I mean, that's the thing is like, I don't know. I don't want to upload something that isn't a Let's Play. But then at the same time, I look at myself and I go like, well, what about PewDiePie? He did only Let's Plays and started doing skits, and now he only does skits. So like,
oh, it's weird looking at how all his videos seem to be like a webcam of him in an office.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't know. I guess you can just say
JonTron used to be a channel about video games.
Yeah, and I guess
that
you can
been true for like 3 years.
You can just say "c'est la vie" to whatever you started doing and just go with the flow. But the problem is like I still don't know what that flow is, and I don't know how to make that flow.
It depends on where you are, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're at the beginning part where nothing's working, then you have free experimentation. And then there's the middle part where if you have momentum and you're growing, you have like, fuck, I gotta hold on tight to this shit. Then there's the end part, which is like, you have an existing audience. They won't be cool with everything, but you can often experiment more freely than you would in the middle part, because even if it's something they don't like some of them will like it, or at least it's being exposed to people and tested on them, and you can try things. Like when Rooster Teeth made that fucking animal machinima, remember that? Like Nature Town or whatever?
Yeah.
There's like, let's just throw it out there. No, that didn't work at all. Cancel the shit out of that series.
They also did the Sims one.
Yeah.
And they just made like a handful of machinima. When
like that's the comfortable-ish sort of place that like Wander and I are in right now, is that like at least we can just usually just upload something, and like even if it does poorly by our standards, it still gets views.
And that a good example is like for your channel
through to there is like
Yeah.
How?
And
Just
that's
some people did it, some people didn't, and
that's
they
the
don't
tough,
always know how.
Yeah, and that's a tough part. I mean, some part of me does just relegate myself to believing I will never go anywhere. Like, the channel will never be in that place. It will always just be a clusterfuck of struggling, failure, and
The important thing is to never go all in until it's actually safe to do so.
yeah.
Like you're doing your job, and like the worst thing ever is people that are like high school students and they're like, I'm gonna be a YouTuber.
Yeah, I'm
like,
gonna follow my dreams.
Just telling themselves they're gonna do that, and I'm like, boy, is that not up to you?
Yeah.
Like, it's just not truly up to you.
And that's the tough part is like weirdly enough, I keep being so reserved because I don't want to like actually legitimately lose my mind.
Yeah.
And so like I have all of the Zachtronic games, and there's a part of me that's like, I want to play them because they're all just stuff that I do for my job.
Zachtronic games look fun as shit, but also I look at like, who will people even watch them? And also I look at like how long to beat for like Space Chem, and it's like 47 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
And,
what?
Yeah, and I see
that's a 100-episode series on a puzzle game that might be boring to watch after episode 3.
Yeah, but there's like some of the games in there. I'm like, that looks super cool, but it's literally my job, and I don't know if I can do that. I don't know.
You didn't like Tartarus?
No.
Which, by the way, we get so much. There's one guy's like, these stupid millennials don't understand what command prompt is. I'm like, what? No,
did I show that?
No, the game's a nightmare is what it is.
I understand command prompt, but just if you don't, it's not command prompt when you change the commands.
Yep.
For that prompt. Like, but I hate that. I don't want to like go into that thing where I'm like, then I blend in this world of like, when do I stop working? When do I'm actually doing a hobby? What is life anymore? Should I just die? Like I don't want to do that, but at the same time, like I feel like I would genuinely enjoy that stuff, and it would probably be genuinely interesting to watch because I'm actually doing something fluidly. I'm doing something, like engaged. I'm very engaged in it. And so there's a part of me that's like, maybe I'll just like, I don't know, like there's parts of me I legitimately feel like maybe just I should go the Wander route where I stream everything and just upload shit to YouTube later, because making only YouTube content is almost more of a hindrance than it is to make live streaming, where it's like
kind of a weird thing where you try a bunch of different things till something kind of works, and then you try to just be consistent at that thing until you like ride through the other side.
And like I feel bad as it is because like Nekojishi is one of those like, I want to keep riding that train with the fucking strike. I don't know, man, I don't want to do it. And then Cat Penis shows up,
you finally get some momentum, and it's like, oh, by the way, your channel's gonna get shut down if you do this. It's like, well,
and you're not being specific. So like, is me describing me making out with a tiger sexually, like, is that considered sexual content? I don't like, is it me because I was reading out the lines in that visual novel that was sexual? Because I was saying like, I'm gonna fuck your ass.
Is it because you're basically reading slash fiction?
Yeah,
is that
like
the part that's
what
like,
is it?
The line?
And Nekojishi follows that line. Like, there are 3 boys I gotta fuck, and they're all tigers, and I don't know.
You gotta fuck these tiger boys.
Yeah, I gotta fuck these tiger boys, and I don't know if that's gonna go well with YouTube because.
Remember to send that body pillow to the P.O. box, the Andrew Wilson at something P.O. box.
I meant to check it.
This might replace the P.O. box.
I meant to check it, but I genuinely was like,
are you genuinely afraid?
Yeah, I was like,
the P.O. box now after the dildo arrived.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, man. I want to go there, and there's like a pillow, and then I can't explain that. Like, I cannot explain.
It'd be in a package, probably.
I don't know.
Also, you totally can't explain it. You have a YouTube audience, and the internet sending you stuff to your P.O. box.
Oh, yeah. Like
it's pretty easy to explain.
Yeah.
It's like, you just say it's for the lulz. Presumably, if you know that person at the P.O. box, they're your age.
I don't know them that well.
And are not Amish alien people.
I mean, it could be the other guy that opens the thing, and he looks really old and very conservative.
Who cares?
I don't want to be like, oh, I see the kids like naked tigers.
That's when you brace it and you say you're taking it to the leather bar. And he's like, just fucking his imagination's running wild all day in his boring ass job. It's great. You brightened up his day by making him mad at millennials again or something.
So just like,
it's great.
Opens the door, gives me a disgruntled look, and I'm like, look, man, I don't judge your job for being a postman. You don't judge my job for loving cat boys.
You just walk away again, like, you forgot your chaps.
But that's the thing, is like, I feel I'm annoyed now because like something like that can just, that's it. Two fucking series on my channel are just at a dead halt now.
Yeah,
they're the most popular ones.
Pretty fucked by YouTube just now.
And I don't know and that is like, I legitimately sat there. I was talking with Naya last night. I was like, I think I'm just gonna give up. I'm just gonna shut the doors, like go home, just give up. It's done. Like I don't even. I tried my hardest. I played a game I fucking hate. I hate furry stuff so much. I played it. I voice acted in it. I legitimately read lines about making out with tigers to myself because I'm both players. And like, I did all of
yeah, because you're reading both perspectives to yourself.
I did all this, and then YouTube's like, no. And I'm like, I don't. Fuck you. Like, I'm not. Like, I don't. What's better?
It's like the worst for you to be invested in doing a series and then finding out for some other reason you can't keep going.
Yeah. Like, I would be completely okay if everybody was like, jump ship, someone else did it better than you. Okay, fine.
Like, that's why I was so nervous. Like, that's why I refused to do the Persona thing, and also, like, why I was so nervous about, like, Divinity Original Sin 2. I'm like, this is going to be, like, a 100-plus episode cooperative 4-person CRPG. I'm like, I'm amazed we recorded the finale. I'm amazed that we made it. I'm like, holy shit.
I am genuinely amazed.
Like, at any moment, I'm like, someone's going to fucking back out of this thing, or something's going to happen, or someone's going to not be cool with it, or not want to do it anymore. Yeah, and it worked. And I'm like, oh, fuck, it happened.
Because, I mean, especially with considering the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the spoiler cast is like, it's like sometimes it's like a jamboree to get people together. It's like, please, please. And you're like throwing fishing nets at people. You're like, come on. And people are just like, but I've got things. Fuck the things. Just get over here. Like, you just really try. You have to try so hard.
It's a mess.
But like, sometimes it works. And sometimes it's, yeah.
But that pretty much takes us to the modern part of the timeline. The last thing that happened was like, a year and a half ago, I quit my job to be full time, and it's like
because Patreon did go successfully.
Yeah, I was looking at the money I was making from YouTube plus Patreon, and the money I was making from my actual job I went to college for and then applied to for a year for, and going through all this shit. And I'm like, I'm getting more money now from online than from the actual thing I go to that I hate
from an actual career.
I'm just like miserable going in this fucking cubicle to do like
Excel documents,
basically QA work essentially. My department was there to test the water quality runoff from agriculture areas to see if it was spiking past certain levels for like pesticides or mercury or anything that's in the water basically.
Just make sure the water's not
poison. I wasn't even the person that's being like it's not my job to be like there's too much bad shit in the water.
Yeah.
I was literally the guy who was testing whether the tests were being done correctly. Like how many steps
of like what you wanted to do.
That's how many steps in this weirdness goes. Is that there's a whole system where like when the water quality is tested, like you take multiple samples and then you also take a blank sample, which is just like water that's just stored alongside the samples, just to see if there's any contamination within the samples, because that stuff's supposed to be negative, and if it's a positive, then like you have contamination with the samples, like this, just a whole bunch of different QA things. My job was literally just to check to see if the QA was done correctly of the samples.
You weren't actually doing the QA.
Yeah, like I wasn't checking. Like I was looking at the spreadsheet just to see whether or not like the numbers that we like. The known entities were where they were supposed to be, and all of the different tests that are supposed to happen in each location were all being done. Like that was a complete QA package. That was my whole job.
Yeah, you weren't doing any of the geology. You were doing like all of the fact checking.
Like I was spreadsheeting, and like during the last 3 months, I was eventually like getting to go on trips where I'd actually like taking samples, which just amounts to basically you scoop up a bunch of jugs of water more or less from certain locations and you drive there. So it's kind of a fun day because you're with a partner and you're just like road tripping all day.
Yeah.
And you just go to site and you scoop up water in the labeled containers, and you take devices to stick in the water to like read out like the numbers that come up as a result. Like the other person was usually doing the complicated thing that came up with, it was like a weird like wand thing that you jam in the water and like it reads like all these crazy things like pH and all the chemical readouts. I would be taking the water samples that we actually take with us back, and then it also had a thing that was like a turbidity meter, which is that I was measuring how much suspended soil was in the water, basically. Like that's why water's cloudy, is because it has shit in it that's floating in the water itself, and like so. It's actually an important thing because it tells you how much the water carries, like not whether it's good or bad, but just like how much that water picks shit up and moves it, basically.
Yeah.
It's almost
So
like the expressive power of the water itself.
You're finding out how good is this railway of the river.
Yeah, like how much is the like not how much water is physically moving, but how much does this water move other stuff?
Yeah.
Essentially. And so I was taking those. I'd be take a little vial and you just jam in the thing, and it basically like reads how much suspended stuff is in it by it tries to shoot a laser through it basically.
Keith is like the Papers, Please of like the water.
It's like shooting
quality.
a laser through the water to try to tell how much the laser gets through to see if like how much is blocking it is how much suspended particles there are and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like that was eventually what I was doing by the end, and it's like even that's like I went to school to do like I followed some basic instructions all day is basically all I do, and driving a car, which
considering
it was all right.
Your trip was like the best part.
Yeah,
like that was the thing.
Oh yeah,
you wanted to
driving
do?
around was the best part. That was great. It's just a fun day, kind of, because all the partners were people that we just sit there and just talk about like Doctor Who all day or whatever the fuck. Like I had like a topic list for each person I could talk to basically, and we just could go all day. But yeah, I had to like awkwardly try to explain that I was quitting my job to be like to be like a YouTuber. I eventually like with different people I've zeroed in on different things I tell people. Like I sometimes when I'm dealing, sometimes I'll say I'm a Google contractor and shit like that, and like weird things like that. That's like
really go that
like
far?
Vague. What I told people when I was quitting my job is I was becoming I was getting into freelance video production, which I found was a thing.
That's a good.
I found that was a thing that you can say where no one asks questions.
Yes,
because it's like it's close enough to be true-ish, and also it paints enough of a picture that they think they have an answer that's satisfying.
Yeah.
Because being a YouTuber is a horrible answer.
Oh yeah.
Because if you say that you're making YouTube videos for a living, first of all, there's 500 follow-up questions, but also they are unprepared for any of the answers. Because they think they're curious, but none of the details are actually what they want to hear. And it's like it's like, oh boy.
It's like meeting a celebrity for the first time and you want to know all the details about how to film a movie.
It doesn't work.
And you're just like the moment they start telling you're like, this is not what I wanted to hear.
So now I'm just living in this like rented room at a friend's house and watching my income like gradually grow from month to month and just sort of biding my time and then looking back on calendars and being like, fuck, it's been that long already? Like, fuck, have I been doing this full time for a year and a half now? And like every milestone I'm just baffled by. I'm like, is this is working still?
Yeah.
Because it's just a weird experiment. No one raised me to do this. No one told me how to do this. I didn't go to school for this. I'm just like awkwardly fell into it as a result of like this podcast of we've chronicled the weird series of events that led to me being here that I was never prepared for, and I'm just going for it. It's fucking weird.
I've also gotten that where mostly from like people like pizza delivery or people anybody that like can see through that window at any point. Like someone will see the microphone and go like, what, do you make music? I'm like, get close enough. I make music with my voice by Enraged. Like it, but
it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, like I usually pass it by with same thing. Like I just do freelance video editing is what I just say to people. And people are like, oh, you just edit videos? Like, yep, people send me videos, I edit them.
Which is a real job, and it's a good job. It's not a bad job. No, it's a video editor.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying like it's way easier to explain to somebody than saying like I make the videos on the internet for a living, and people are like, what do you mean? Like, what kind of videos? I'm not going to tell you. Like,
I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, it's
goodbye
like
now.
No, goodbye. Please don't ask questions. You're just a guy delivering my washing machine.
We've probably been going on for an eternity, haven't we?
About 3 hours, yeah.
That's what I kind of thought that, This is probably, I don't know, maybe we'll see. This might be irregularly long for a podcast. I imagine these might be closer to 90 minutes or so.
Yeah, probably.
But we had shit to dig through. Because we haven't done a podcast for a while that wasn't about a movie or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I wanted to finally try to talk about our history, but of course it got so many sidetracks along the way. But there's probably going to be a coin flip between people that are like, wow, this is really interesting insight into both their history and what it's like to be a YouTuber in all these different ways. And also but on the other side is like the people that are like, just fucking whiny and entitled little shitheads, don't know how hard their lives are, even though they super know.
Yeah.
We're well aware of all of the parts of our lives that have worked out just fine.
Trust me, man. Like if there's anything I hate more in my life, it's how not easy it is. I wish it was fucking simple. I wish I never made mistakes like owning homes or having real jobs. Like, what stupid ideas.
But yeah, this has been a...
Don't follow your dreams, kids. Just
enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed this weird tumble down our histories and stuff like that. We don't know what form this podcast will take in the future.
Yeah.
We might have topics. We might just shoot the shit for an hour because that's just a thing we do all the time anyway.
We do it behind the scenes when we're not recording
might
stuff.
Might as well just record it because people are like, what? People like the random bullshit that happens during the PO Box videos. It's like, why not make a podcast that's basically that anyway?
Yeah.
This might replace the PO Box videos because we might just open PO Box during podcasts.
During podcasts, that might be a good
Which
idea.
is kind of a decent solution because we were like, what happens if we get one package and it's just like, you got a book? It's like, do I make a video for that one thing or do like if that's
store it and wait?
Like if that's a 2-hour video, if that's a 2-minute video, do I like store that for later and glom it onto another video later, or like do we just not open them until there's enough of them? Like, we can just open them during the podcast.
I would like to do that because genuinely I don't want to wait on packages. Like I don't want people to be like, oh, I guess they either didn't get my package or they're not going to open it yet or something. Like I don't know. It just seems kind of ingenuine to be like, well, we got one package and then we didn't get any more for like two, like like a month or two.
Watch as our shirts change mid video.
Yeah.
Also, Q&A.
Q&A is a good place to do it.
I would not recommend asking questions on the video itself. I would recommend send your email to blah.
And
that's something I forgot to do this morning. I was going to register an email for a Q&A.
You want to do a Q&A for just this podcast?
Yeah, just for this podcast specifically, to be specific. So, blah. Maybe I've edited my voice awkward going... or it's in the description.
Guys,
or something.
send all of your emails.
I don't want to announce it right now live because it might be taken.
No, all of the emails should be sent to...
Send your questions to SitAndDiscussPodcast@gmail.com.
That's what a believable and seamless
Now just lip sync.
Yeah.
Just lip sync my voice.
You definitely said that live.
Yeah.
It's completely believable.
Yeah, right? It's a good email. I can't believe we got all of those letters.
It's amazing how you got an email that sounds perfectly like a goose.
The email isn't goose.qa@gmail.com.
You can send your questions in, and we can answer those questions or use them as spring off points for discussions in the podcast and stuff like that.
Yeah,
we'll probably have more time for that stuff because this might be a less topic oriented podcast than previous podcasts. So we might even just be question oriented and just spring from those.
Yeah.
So we'll probably get around to your Q&A mission stuff.
Probably a little bit
whatnot.
easier. It also solves. Yeah, probably also solves a lot of problems individually too. Because
you can technically ask questions in the comments, but it's just the issue is that then we have to check like each individual if we have a bunch of podcasts, we have to check like each one potentially for like questions. Like it's easier to have an inbox. So if you want them to be visible, the best place to send them to the registered email place.
Yep.
And we'll try to get to them.
Yes.
But thanks for watching, you guys. This is a podcast. This is part 1. Stuff may or may not change over time. We're figuring shit out.
Who knows?
We've only been doing it for like 7 years. Who don't expect us to know what we're doing?
It never gets easier somehow. Bye.